And welcome to another Game Boys Are Awesome live stream. But today we have the Kevin Woolford himself.
Who's that?
Don't know, some random guy. Another Game Boys Are Awesome live stream. But today,
oh, it's working. You can hear yourself.
It's working. I just heard myself. So yeah, we're live. We're here. We're back again for another live stream, but on my channel this time. So hope you guys are having a lovely Saturday night. And
you're looking a bit pixelated.
I'm pixely. That's what I'm here for. I'm going for the retro look.
We need to get you the that's it. You're the 8-bit, 16-bit at the moment. Need to get you that Ethernet extender, definitely. Right, car boot chat.
Get my internet boosted.
Yeah, you're a bit pixelated.
So was it awful?
That's all right. It's all right. How you doing, guys? Everyone in the chat, all right?
Is it pixelated?
It's on the stream, it is, but it's clear. Like,
yeah, it seems all right.
It's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
No, I'll be all right. It'll be all right. 8-bit Game Boy, GB Game Boys are awesome. Yeah, boy, you got to love it. 8-bit.
8-bit Game Boy.
What a great intro. Yes. I'll read some of these. So
go for it. Yeah. I'll be making a post while you're doing it.
Are you going to any car boots tomorrow, Kev? Someone says.
Yes, as long as the weather stays dry, because it's been a bit weird today.
I went to one today. It wasn't the best, but I got some all right things. I got a couple of Xbox One games actually for £1 each. Wasn't too bad. I got was it Daylight? That's what it was called.
Dying Light.
Dying Light, is it called?
Yeah, zombie game.
Yeah, for £1 and trading to CX for £6.
I didn't think it'd trade in.
I don't know if is it worth getting? Is it any good?
I think I didn't really get on with it. He's chewing his bandage. I didn't really get on with it because the controls. I think if it's the one I'm thinking of, you get tired. You've got to like build up your stamina. So like after 2 seconds, like swinging a bat twice, he's knackered and he can't hit anymore. And it put me off. I had it on PC. I think I'm sure that was the one.
Oh, nice one.
But someone will know.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Yo, hello.
Yo.
More pancakes tonight? Nah, not tonight. I'm not in the mood. I'll probably get something maybe delivered. I don't know. I hope not, though.
Is that what it was? Delivered pancakes?
Yeah, Mum gave me pancakes and Lorna came up with some more.
Oh, I thought you meant like you got them on delivery, like a takeaway. Like takeaway pancakes.
No, I made them.
Oh, right. I thought like, I was takeaway pancakes. I'll be down on that.
Takeaway pancakes.
That'd be great.
Call it a takeaway because I wasn't even asking for it. Randy just coming up to me and say, "Do you want these?" I'm like, I can eat it, but I'm not really wanting it. Picked up any PS1 games, Kieran? If you're selling, I did see some today for £1 each at the car boot, but there weren't games I wanted. But I did pick up. I've never seen it before. Worms Pinball. What the hell? I don't even know it was even made anything like that. I bought it. The manual and that's fucked in it. But Worms Pinball, £1.
I didn't even know it existed.
So I've got it. I didn't even know it existed as well. So that'll be one new pick on one of my episodes whenever it comes out. So I got today at the car boot. I need to probably post that on my Facebook page later, and you guys see what I picked up.
Do you guys fancy a sing along? What are we singing along to?
Oh, right, thanks, right, Margaret, hell no. Yeah, let us know what we're singing along to. We'll do a sing along. What else we got? When's the next car boot?
When's the new car boot video
coming out, Kieran?
Kieran?
I'm not sure, man. Whenever I get round to putting them together, I will do one. I think next one will probably be my Doncaster. I've been busy doing things recently, so I need to get down and doing it.
Never ending story. Does that mean you've been watching Stranger Things?
Never ending.
I don't know the lyrics to it, apart from the never ending story bit.
Reach the star. I keep singing it and annoying you.
Yeah, Amanda's been singing it non-stop.
I don't even know the words myself.
Saffron's here, Laurie as well. Hello.
Hi, Kieran and Kevin and Kieran. I'm new to your channels. Been watching you and Kieran for a good while. Great video. Awesome.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, Stephen. We're trying to stop the dog from licking his bad paw, but it's not going well.
Not going down.
You naughty. Come say hello. Come on. Come over here.
What else we got? Never ending story. What's been up? What's been your best find at a car beat? Probably just Saxon Boom for like profit, like for how much I found it for, but for the collection, probably the snares boxed. And the massive retro haul I got from that one guy. He bought loads of retro stuff at a car beat. It was just incredible stuff. Things I don't think I'll ever find at a car beat again, which Kevin's actually still got today. I gave pretty much the Nez stuff to him. That was incredible. Like bargain prices. Them stuff are probably worth on its own probably 200 quid maybe on its own, those, aren't they, Kev? Probably.
Nah. Like, when I was looking, when they first come out, like when you were saying, when you said like you could get one boxed, one of the headsets for about 40, and the other one's worth a little bit, but it's missing the main part. Main. So without that, it's pretty much like unusable for most of it. But it's still a good find. Like the headset, especially, is in great condition.
They're called laser
scope. Laser scope. Konami laser scope.
And
I'd get it down, but I'd probably fall off here.
So yeah.
Kevin, you need to make more vids. What vids do you want? Because hopefully tomorrow there'll be a car boot video. And if I know everyone's in the chat at the moment, but there will be a giveaway soon. And it's a special one. I'm teaming up with someone to do it. And there's a lot of stuff, it's going to be a good one. So hopefully everyone will want to enter. But it'll be the only thing is it's like UK stuff. So if someone wins it in USA, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? There's no point. Yeah. So it'll be like UK stuff. So it's kind of a UK only thing, which, you can't really help when you live in the UK, can you? Yeah, you can't really
have
sort of like
imagine sending a power game to America, but just like completely.
What do you do with it? Yeah,
it'd be like the games are so much slower, aren't they? Like ours are so much slower than theirs.
Yeah, they do run faster though. If you put the games in, they do run weird on certain systems. Like NES will run really fast, and SNES will run at the proper speed. But yeah, it's a bit awkward trying to please everyone, especially. But when you're in the UK, you kind of have to stick with what's in the UK, don't you? Because send them something and it catches fire because it's plugged in. That's not good.
Yeah. What else
binge watch all your videos today. I can't find a bad one. I hope that's both of us. You watch both of our videos.
I'm not sure. Who's that?
I'm a big... That was Laurie.
Laurie, nice one.
I'm a big book nerd and found some great pickups at my local charity shops in Birmingham. Bought 4 hardbacks for £2.50. Result, I think ours is one of the shops is £4 for £1 or something like that. It's pretty good. Did you say paws? Yeah, his actual paws, dog paws. He had a grass seed embedded in his paw and it was bleeding badly. Duncan's here as well. Danielle, how you doing?
What hats are you two currently wearing? Just out of curiosity. I'm currently wearing my favorite. I love this one so much. It's my Altered Beasts with the Altered Beasts on it. It's pretty sick. I always like wearing this one. It's a great game. I never got that far in it, but it's still a great game, even though it's rise from your grave.
Rise from your grave.
Welcome to your dome. I love it. It's so good.
I've got a Star Fox hat, and I have no idea where it is.
I get so many comments about his hat, though. It's funny. I go to the event. I've been to Tenacious D. Some guy tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Your hat's sick." I went to download. Some guy's like, "Oh, your hat's awesome, man." Started saying that some of the things in the game. It was well funny. And then some guy's like, "Oh, that game's great." What was that guy say at the end of the game? Welcome to your game. It's, oh yeah, that's it. It was so funny. It's great. So many people comment it. You can't really buy these hats anymore. I think it's quite hard to come by.
I think they're limited.
I bought it when I did. Yeah. Where we at now?
I'm 15 and you've inspired me to buy retro stuff. I found a boxed Game Boy Micro for £5. That's a bargain.
That's a really good bargain, mate.
That's a really good price.
I don't think I've ever found one in the wild. I got one ages ago in a bundle, but I never found one at a car boot. Never found one at a car boot. So good on you, dude.
The last one I had was on a Facebook page, and it was £20 with a few games. That was a long time ago as well.
I do have a box, but I've actually lost it. I have no idea where mine is. I've got the box, but I don't know what I've done with it because it's so tiny. They get misplaced somewhere. I've never actually played it. It's so small. I couldn't really get on with it.
The screen's nice because it's so small. It looks crispy, really crisp. Yeah. But they're so tiny.
What else we got? I'm going to hit a new car boot tomorrow. It's from awesome. What else we got? I'm trying to read comments we haven't seen yet.
You've got hi guys from Luke. Hello to Luke. Koki. I don't know if that's how you say the name. I collect Mega CD games. Only ever seen one at the car boot sale. I've only ever seen one as well. Kieran's seen a few, didn't you? Mega CD?
Mega CD, Yes, I got some actually with that Saturn bundle. I got some from that, and I've seen a couple. I've seen some Mega CD stuff get sold, which I never. Actually, I got a Mega CD from my car boot as well. But yeah, I've got a couple of games from this car boot. So not many though.
Can you do more gaming vids? So the thing is, I like to, like I said on the other stream, I like to play games. Kieran can do them as well because he's just got the Elgato. But like I play a game and the comments come and I want to read the comments. And the problem is, when you first start YouTube and you get maybe 10 comments or something, it's not too bad. But when you've got like hundreds just scrolling, like you can't play and read the comments or you're ignoring the people. So I feel bad like ignoring you guys to play a game, but I can do something and we can do stuff together. You got the Elgato.
I've got both now. So I've been
always breaking up
for ages. Funny. Oh, am I breaking up again?
Yeah. Right, you just turn into a robot. It's like an echoey noise.
I love a good robot, mate. It makes me.
It sounds like them microphones the kids get, the big giant microphones where you talk into it and it echoes. It's like that. That's what it sounds like.
Loving it, mate. Loving it.
What are we up to? I picked up some cool bits today. Be doing a pickup video tomorrow. Nice one. That's boot sale picking. Laurie says, what's your favourite childhood games? Mine is DuckTales. Love DuckTales. That's like my childhood in one game there. That was fantastic. What's yours, Kieran? Probably...
What game?
Favorite childhood game?
I got Tony Hawk's. I love a good bit of that. Like number 2 and 1. I don't know. I couldn't stop playing them. But I don't know. Childhood game. Well, don't really know, man. So many. Like ones I played loads of is I didn't have many games as a kid. That's the thing. So, the game when I first got my Game Boy Color, I got with it Tarzan, which I played to death. I was pretty good actually. It's probably crap to some other people, but that's all I could. I didn't really have a lot of money when we were younger, so having that was pretty good. So I remember playing a lot of that. Even though it's not the greatest game in the world, it's pretty easy.
We may have someone else joining us shortly. Scott said I've sent him the link again, but I've sent it through WhatsApp. So hopefully he can get in. Hopefully. Have you got a full PAL NES set? And how many games does it consist? Yes, that's every single game, A to Z, all the way up to the top. And that's 296. And then I've got a couple of bonus games at the side, which are like one's like a German game and one's American. One was a gift. So yeah, there's 296. It's not a bad set to do. Yeah. It's not too bad.
You did have a few offset ones, didn't you? But you got rid of like ones that are like not really classed as
there he is.
Is he in?
Yo, can you hear us? Oh no, we can't hear him. We can't hear you.
Why does he do that on here?
Right,
like,
how's that?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
it's the old dongle.
He's in.
Yeah, we just had that before. We were trying to start the stream up, and he couldn't hear me. And he said it's muted, and I'm like, it's not muted. And I'm picking it up and shaking it, and it started working. So,
these things then they never run smoothly, do they?
Nothing ever does when it's live. Never.
Never.
How you doing, man? You're right.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, mate. How are you
Sweating?
two?
Yeah,
Ah,
I'm hot.
Pretty good.
Don't do well in the heat.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Your
I'm
house
not
is
good.
roasting. Every
My
time
house
it's
is so
12,
bad. The ceiling, like, it
It's
goes
like-
straight up to the roof, like
It's
as
very-
in to the tiles.
It's very humid at the moment, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bad in here, but in the winter it's even worse. Like it's minus
Really?
like 10 in the house. No matter if the heater's on or nothing, it just doesn't change. It's horrible.
That's crazy.
Absolutely. But you know, it's all good.
Well, yeah, thank you for having me on, Kieran and Kev.
So good, dude. Yeah, man. Anytime.
Yeah.
Everyone's welcome.
Well, that's
As long as keep the stream going. It's
definitely. Well, I saw you on last night, and it was going to be crazy, wasn't it?
I was mad. Absolutely bonkers.
That was crazy.
I was expecting a few more people, but it was just so many comments. By the time you'd read 5, it'd shoot up like miles up the page, and then you couldn't see what was going on.
No, it's
chaos.
crazy. I've never seen like a tuber live stream like it.
That's the first time I've been on it where it's been that bad. Like the only other time it ever was that bad before was when the PS4 first came out. You know, when the first people got into live streaming on PS4 in the actual app.
Yeah.
And it would stream to PS4 and there would be like 600-700 people watching. And it was
Really?
mad.
Wow.
And then it like just died down. It went to YouTube and then people just sort of fizzled out. And now it's just all like nothing really on there.
It's just crazy, isn't it?
Right,
Right, you going to carry on with the comments? What are you up to?
I don't know where we are. You've been doing it because I'm lost.
I will try and read them, but they may shoot off.
Yeah, you're better. You're quicker than me because I'll be struggling with reading these.
I didn't go to the booty today. Visited the charity shops and said, "Nice, Danielle. What did you get? Ever had a dump in your hand?" No, I can't say I have. That's not something that's.
I might try it though next week.
You never know.
Someone give someone a treat.
Hello, I am here. What boot fairs do you go to? Kieran can answer that.
We don't say. We don't say what we go to because it's like telling you where the gold is. If you think about it that way, it's like
There's no gold.
you know what I mean. Why would you tell someone where you're going when you're going to get more? It's going to give you someone more competition, isn't it? So
Yeah, it's just
you don't need it. It's hard enough as
telling
it
other
is.
people. If 20 people from YouTube turned up to the same one, then you're going to get nothing.
You're
And
like,
then-
why
Yeah.
would you have like 9 people after games at my car boot?
yeah.
And if we're going to have more, it's like, might as well not even go.
Yeah, it's hard to film as it is. And then when you get to the end and you're going through the footage and you're trying to make an episode with what's left, and then if you've got other people there as well taking more stuff, it's just like, yeah, impossible. I'm more
If you
happy
find
to
out where
see
the cover
stuff.
is, you don't mind. But if you find out
I'm
where the
happy to
cover
see
is,
stuff
whatever.
though. Like as long as I see stuff, so there's footage, it's okay. If I get nothing,
Yeah.
I've just still seen something. But if I go and there's nothing at all anywhere, then it's just the whole day is it's dead. It's dead footage. It's just the whole day.
Yeah,
wasted.
yeah. No one wants to see it. It's like what you just going out and looking at people's rubbish, pretty much.
I mean, you two have been car booting for much longer than I have. I mean, I've only really sort of been doing it for the last, I'd say, probably 18 months. And it's,
All right,
I mean, some days you'll get loads, decent stuff. Others, you walk away with like a controller in your hand.
Yeah,
There's no consistency really, is there? And there's no skill to it. It's just right place, right time.
It's pure luck.
Definitely.
You know? It's pure luck what they bring. And I had a guy who commented on my video the other day and made me laugh. And he said, I'm not going to watch anymore. It's all planted stuff. Planted in a car boot sale in a field.
What?
So I've set up 300 stalls and then filled this guy's stall with stuff. And I'm like, it was the one where I got loads of stuff non-stop for the whole while I was there and I run out of money.
Yeah, mate.
They were like, oh, it's all planted. I'm like, how do you plant that? I get it on TV shows where they open a storage locker and they like pull out a rare game worth 10 grand. But this is a car boot sale. It's not, you know, you can't bring a boot full of stuff for it.
This stuff is out there. You just got to get out of bed and get out there. You know, you don't just moan and say, "Oh, we can't find this." You just, I don't know. Maybe your area's not good, but it's just getting out, isn't it? You just got to get out of bed.
Are you guys like quite sort of proactive in going to the sellers and asking for games? Like, have you got any old games, or do you just sort of like casually walk around? I know.
I don't ask often.
No,
I don't like doing it
because I noticed that you can spot the people that are looking for games within 5 seconds, really, can't you? And a lot of the time they will sort of be, you got any games? You got any games?
Yeah, you can just tell.
But I tend to find as well the ones that I go to, they tend to look for 3 or 4 things. So they look for games,
Lego.
they look for Lego, and they look for Nerf guns and old
Jewelry.
toys.
Yeah, always the same stuff.
Jewelry
Yeah,
as well,
jewelry.
trying to get gold.
Yeah,
Jewelry. It's like sometimes perfume and stuff like that. It's like oh
Yeah,
my God.
perfume
You
as
got
well.
any-
Yeah.
Like mad.
But that's how it used to be in my early episodes. There used to be so many people that would go up and say, "Have you got any Lego? Got any games? Got?" And they just reel off, non-stop. And I used to go up to the stalls and just say, "Oh, excuse me, as polite as you can. Have you got any games?" I don't want to bother them. That's the thing, is I don't want to be in their boot. But nowadays, I go to the ones where it's pre-set up, just because it's more relaxed. You haven't got, and then obviously I still ask. People will comment as well and say, "Why do you ask if they've got any more games?" And I'm like, because it pays off sometimes. You say, "Have you got any more?" And they go, "Oh, like that guy. If you watched it the other day, I got that PS3." Now, if you said nothing to him, but if you said, "Have you got any games or consoles?" He's like, "Yeah, in that box." But no one would have spotted it. So it's worth paying. It pays off now and again, so it's worth doing.
Yeah. So it's like in my latest pickup video, there was I went into one of the charity shops, and this kind of sums it up. I went into 10 charity shops over 2 towns, and really there was only one charity shop that had any decent stuff. And it was because I asked the old girl behind the till and I said, "Have you got any games?" And she was like, "Oh, let me go and look." And I found that it was Snoopy on Xbox One. There was Gardens, Plants vs Zombies PS4, Mortal Kombat on PS3. There was various other bits, but there's about 50 quid's worth of trading and CX there.
Yeah.
And it's cost us £4.
Exactly.
So it's really not.
Snoopy's got to be worth a bit, because it wasn't a massive release, was it?
No, I mean, it's the Italian version as well, so I'm not really too sure if they'll take it. I mean, it's still PAL, but
yeah, they're a bit funny. Sometimes if it's Europe, they'll take it, and then sometimes they're a bit like, no. I had a Blu-ray and I traded it in, and they wouldn't take it. They said it was German. I'm like, "No, it's from Zavvi," and they were like, "No, it's German." That's from Zavvi. It's not German, and they just refused to take it. So I ended up getting rid of it on eBay just because I was selling off my set of Blu-rays. I wasn't using them anymore. So, but yeah, do you want to read some more comments, Kieran, or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, so you can do it. I'm so slow at them.
Well, I'm missing. There's so many going
I don't know where
through.
they are.
Planted. What the fudge? There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can't be planted. You can't go to the car boot with a stall and set it up. But if you watch a TV show, they have it planted. They open the storage locker, put the stuff in it. That's what they do.
Storage lockers, guys. That's definitely fake.
It's weird, but to be told it's planted in a car boot sale, I mean,
that's stupid.
That's
isn't
the first
it?
I've ever
crazy.
anyone say that to them.
That's the first comment I've ever had that said that. It was a wicked stall, and I run out of money. If it was planted, I wouldn't have run out of money. I'd have known how much to take to buy more stuff.
Was that the one with all like the Game Boy, the folder of games? That one? Is that the one?
Oh man, he had everything. He had the Game Boy SP, NES. He had a folder full of PS1 games for a £5 of all top titles. He had
Atari.
The Atari. He had a GameCube, which was battered. Like, it was proper battered. But if it was now, I might have picked it up, like, because I like refurbing things. But he had everything, didn't he? Like, some crazy stuff. But Luke says, "Why do you play silly games at your age?" Why do you do anything at any age?
Yeah, there's no route.
Why do you watch movies?
Why are you watching a live stream at your age?
Why watching the live stream about games? Yeah, you're kind of wasting your time there.
I mean, I think. Well, I suppose it's like a valid question, to be honest. I mean, I've sort of played retro games. I mean, I do think sometimes with retro gamers as such, there can sometimes be like an elitist attitude.
Yeah.
Where they kind of look down on people who maybe don't have as high value collection or sometimes maybe modern game. But I find that for a start, the community on YouTube is extremely welcoming and extremely warm in general.
Yeah.
I think, on whole, I've met some fantastic people through it as well that I wouldn't have really come across in my sort of day-to-day life. And I think that sort of stems from a shared passion of retro gaming or just gaming in general, really. But I think, I know you two ain't got kids, but when you get kids,
yeah, I've got one. He's 16.
Yeah. Fair enough. Don't look old enough, mate. But I mean, my lad's 6, so he enjoys the simplicity of the retro sort of side.
Yeah.
Whereas I can't really play with PS4 with him. So that's another sort of benefit that old school games have, I find, as well. But plus also it's the collecting aspect as well, isn't it? And we're all on the hunt for that elusive gold, really, and it's the thrill of the draw as well, isn't it? You get that buzz, and you think, fantastic, whether it be in charity shops or car boots or wherever. It's a hobby, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, Kieran's a collector. Like he's more of a collector than a gamer. He doesn't have the patience.
Mm.
I love having
Whereas
it.
I'm more of a gamer than a collector.
I love to hunt for it and having this stuff that I remember playing as a kid. I just I don't play it a lot. That's the problem. I don't play it all the time, but I give them a go every now and again. But I'm bad at games. That's my problem.
Yeah,
I'm not very good. That's why I give up so easy. But I keep trying.
But for me, it was like you said, the community's good. That like I've not been to many events, but when you go, everybody's happy to see you, and everyone's like, oh yeah, watch your channel and stuff like that, and everyone just wants to have a laugh and relax and play games. And like for me, getting into gaming, I was at that point where I was playing retro, back in the day. I was when it was modern, and then it got to a point where I just sort of like stopped on that and went modern and didn't touch any retro. And I remembered I started getting stuff at the car boots and that, and I was playing it, and I'm like, I love this stuff, I'm really like the NES set I wouldn't have if it wasn't for CEX and the car boots. That's exactly. That's all from there. So trading in and getting other stuff, and it's the thrill of, for me as a gamer mainly, like it's, you see a new game and you're like, well, I've never played that game. And if you've got like an EverDrive and a list, it means nothing. Yeah. If you've got emulators and a list, you just go, you look at a game, anything, you look at Galaxy 5000, you just go, you wouldn't even touch it. You probably wouldn't even click on it. But if you get the game, you go, oh, I've got it. Let's give it a go. And sometimes you go, this is incredible. And sometimes you go, this is absolute crap. Why did I pick it up? And it's a waste of money. But the amount of games, especially I tapped into like Japanese stuff, imports, translations, things like that, just games that we never got. And I love it. For me, that's what I like. So
awesome.
Yeah.
But, like a brand new game when you're doing it, when it was just like a brand new game to me. Never heard of it before. And you play these games today.
When I had the NES as a kid, like it was, you didn't have many games. I mean, I don't know how old you are, Scott, but like, in the 80s, it was in the 80s, it was like you didn't get games every week. Like now, you can pick up a game every week if you want to. But back then, it was like, it was a big thing, like birthday or Christmas. And then you get the game and you look after it and you play it non-stop until you finished it, and you would finish it times a week. Yeah. But like getting these games, and like I didn't even know DuckTales 2 existed on the NES. I never knew. And DuckTales is my favorite game as a kid. Like it was my favorite. And then I saw DuckTales, I was like, what? I was just shocked. I played it and I loved it. And that's what I mean. Just playing all these games, it's just a new experience. And
yeah, I'm 36, and the first thing I had was sort of a Master System, and I got so good at it as a kid. I remember Alex Kidd, I could probably speed run it as a kid. Yeah, and that's how good, because you just play it all the time.
So much,
yeah, and you just it becomes sort of etched in your brain, really, doesn't it?
I find that like with games like that though. Sometimes you have the memory of like, oh, I clocked this game when I was a kid, and you put it on and you're like, wow, I suck. Like now, like I've gone to games and I've just gone on them like Low G Man and things like that, anything like that. Even Alex Kidd, like I never finished that as a kid though. I wasn't good enough when I was a kid at playing that. But I got quite far. It was more of is it called the Jenkin match? Is that the name for it?
Oh,
I didn't know there was an actual set pattern so you could copy it. So I was just always guessing and then losing, and then it was game over. And I was like,
it's the same every time.
It was the same every time. Unless you make a mistake. Then if you make the mistake once, the whole pattern goes and you're screwed.
It's a ruthless game, Alex Kidd, though. I mean, it's not as forgiving. It's not as forgiving as Mario.
One hit, gone.
One hit and dead. Yeah, it's very. The controls are very slippery on it as well. He's not as, so
not as tight. I found that with Master System though. I started getting into Master System. I got a bundle. And I've gone more Nintendo, not because I hate Master System, but look, I was just playing the games and the controls were a bit more loose. And going from NES, like hardcore, to the Master System was fun. Like I go like on Psycho Foxes, I think it was called, and you've got to like build momentum up before you jump, and that was winding me up. But there's still some classic games on the Master System, like Castle of Illusion. That's Master of Darkness. Incredible games.
Yeah, I think. I mean, obviously it was sort of bigger over here, wasn't it, in Europe?
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I had a G-Lock Air Battle, which was kind of like a
I remember
crappy
that
version of Afterburner.
Afterburner.
Yeah, it had what was it? I had Sonic 1 and 2, which I think are really, really good. The Sonics on the Master System are more platform orientated rather than the Mega Drives. So it's much more sort of slower paced game.
Yeah,
but they're fantastic games in their own right. But yeah, I've never really sort of collected Master System stuff, but yeah, definitely got fond memories of it as a kid.
it tends to be more like I don't know if this is the right word, but like worse versions of the Mega Drive games.
Yeah,
like inferior, but like kind of like the Game Boy was to the NES. You'd get like an inferior version of the same game, but it's still good, still fun, but just so because there was nothing more disappointing when I was a kid. And I was like, Sonic 2 come out and it had Tails, and I was like, oh, Tails, this is incredible, like as you do. And my mum goes, I'll get it for you. And I had a Master System, and she bought me Sonic 2. I put it in, and Tails gets captured, and you can't play as him. And I was like, you can't play as Tails? I was so gutted. And I was like, you need a Mega Drive to play as Tails. And I was gutted. That killed me as a kid.
It was almost like it was like
trolling.
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
That was bad. Do you want to read some more comments?
Yeah, kind of sorry
guys, we're chatting on.
So that's the thing, we don't mean to. All right, go on, Kev. You read some of them.
It's just massively
I'm
jumped
gonna have
again.
a drink in a minute. My mouth's getting a bit fucking dry.
Quote of the year. What are we missing? Best car boot find of all time. Go on, Scott.
Well, I haven't been doing it for too long, but last year I found some really good Game Boy bundles. So I found about 20 Game Boy games all loose for about 20 quid each. I also found about 10 or 9 or 10 Wii U games for £1 each.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, traded them all in at CEX because a lot of them were. I've got a lot of Wii U. I've pretty much got all of the Nintendo first party Wii U stuff. This was all like the third party stuff, but there were some decent high value games in there. There was Spider-Man.
Oh right, yeah.
In there as well, which is quite a rare one. I think there was The Walking Dead on the Wii U.
Didn't even know they did it on that.
Yeah, but the best charity shop find I've ever had was a Game Boy Micro.
Someone said that earlier. They got one for £5 box.
I'm not. I never found one in a while.
Yeah, you don't even see them.
No,
they're nice though. They're like a nice little handheld, but they are tiny. They're proper.
Yeah.
They are micro.
They're size of a credit card, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, someone said, Scott, what's your best find so far? There you go. So that was it. There you go. We said ours before. Yeah, mine was the NES. That NES bundle. That was what got me into NES. Like playing it.
Yeah.
And just I sat there, and I didn't even realize it had composite. I was playing it in RF on a HD telly, and I'm playing Kirby, and I completed Kirby, and then I was like, Kim was like, "Why are you playing in RF? There's composite." I was like, "What?" Didn't even know that's how long it had been. And then they said they were making a high def kit.
No, it was. I told you, yeah.
Yeah, when you told me, I was like, joking. And I played it all the way through in RF. It was awful.
It's what you know, though, isn't it?
I wasn't clued up on it, and I knew it didn't have RGB, so it was a case of, putting up with what the best you could do. And then they said the high def kits are coming out, and I was like, I'm having that. And since then, I've had 3 of the high def systems.
It looks so good, that high def kit, doesn't it?
Oh man, it's so good. Yeah, the quality, and like they do it with is it the Mega SG and the Analog NT? Like they are crazy. Like the quality is so good if you get to play one of those. But now, if you've got an OSSC, then you can, or a Frame Meister, you can plug it in and play it crystal clear. So it does the same job.
I mean, I must admit, I've had, obviously, yourself, I've had a Frame Meister. I've moved it on now.
I got rid of it.
Yeah, I've got a Bang & Olufsen.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I picked up about a year ago. It's only the MX4000, which is the...
It's a good telly, though.
Yeah, it's good. It's only 21 inch, I think. But it's really good. And I didn't really have a need for it. And I just thought it's, 300 quid sitting there. So I might as well just move it on. But if you ever get the chance of seeing something running on a PVM, like a broadcast monitor, honestly, it is stunning. It is crystal clear. There is nothing that comes... I mean, the OSSC and the Frame Meister look good, and they're very sharp. But honestly, when when you've got a frame, when you've got a PVM or a BVM running to its max, the pixels are super sharp. And
I've never seen one in person, but the people that go on about it, like, they just say it's unbelievable. But it's the price. The price is so bad, like, to get a good one in working condition as well.
Obviously, I've been to Retro Dave's a few times, and he's got one, and it blows your eyes. The clarity on it is something else. It really does, and it's hard to put into words just how good they are. But on the flip side, they're extremely bulky. They're very big. They're very expensive. You got to get custom wires, very expensive custom wires. They don't have sound out of the TV units. You've got to get another source for sound. So if it's not just plugging in a SCART lead. It's proper hardcore stuff, really.
Oh yeah, it's the top end. You've got to know how to tune it as well, haven't you? You can't just turn it on and get the best picture. You've got to actually set it up.
Yeah, definitely.
But I like the OSSC because I'm a big fan of the pixel look. I like the crisp emulator, perfect. But you kind of get to that snobby sort of stage where you're like, because I've got the multi-mega, which I got from boot sale trades, ended up costing me like 30 quid in trades. And I got it and I put it on and I just went, the picture is the worst I've seen out of any system. Not just the jail bars, but it has scattered like static through the image. Yeah. So I was contacted Retro Gaming Cables and said, I don't know if you've had any, anyone said anything, but is it to do with the cable, with the multi-mega? And he was like, no, never had a problem. So I spoke to Simon Locke, if you know who that is. And he was like, RGB bypass, put that in, beautiful, crystal clear, immaculate image. Yeah. So now I'm like running everything the best it can do, like with the quality. Scan lines are nice, but like nothing beats scan lines on a real
CRT.
CRT. It's just different league. We've got loads of comments.
Yeah, I'm just
sweating, man. I'm dying.
I don't want to ignore them all. I don't want to butt in with your nice conversation, so I've just been tapping away.
Kieran, you use the HD TV at the moment, though. You had the CRT, didn't you? But you got rid of it, didn't you?
What do you mean, CRTV? What do you mean?
Yeah, the CRT, the old big screen. We used to play Smash Brothers and that on it. Yours?
Yeah, I've still got some. I think it's still a league at my old house.
It's just having the room, isn't it? It's having the room.
Big, bulky, man. Like this room, I can just fit in that TV there. I like sort of like modified my shelf so it fit on it. But I'm going to get a new one soon. I think. Hopefully, I can get because that one's old. Get more. Might get a 4K one, Kev. See how much.
Do it, man. Go for it.
They're pretty cheap now, and they're going down in price.
You can might as well get a 4K one. Get a 40-inch Samsung for dirt cheap.
I think a 40-inch would fit in there because look how thick this old one is. Look how thick the sides are.
It's the bezel, isn't it? The bezels on the outside are like that thick, whereas on the new ones there's nothing, zero.
I went in Curry's, and the other day, and I was like, Jesus, that's so thin. Like, that was definitely.
Yeah, the telly's like centimetre thick.
Yeah, really light as well.
So I'm going to grab one of those. I've got some spare cash. I'm doing the Doncaster, so I think I might treat myself to one of those. So yeah, I might get one.
Dark Side Gaming says me and the missus might be bringing some competition for you guys. What was that? Got like a van full of people. Go! Raid the boot sale.
Take them.
But if you do see me at Carboot, come say hi.
Buy it. Buy all the FIFAs.
FIFAs, get them. That's it. They're like, what games are expensive? You're like, FIFA, all FIFA. FIFA brain training are rare.
I went into a charity shop.
And we're going to make it like a little. We're going to burn them, weren't we, Kev? It was funny. We didn't do it yet. But that's like burn like if we bought one, we'd probably like burn like 50 quid's worth of them because they were so rubbish.
It is mental though. The amount. I went into a charity shop last week, and I said to, like I said, the old girl behind the till, and I said, "Have you got any games?" And she was really helpful. And she said she went out back. And she said to the manager, "Have you got any games?" And the manager went, "Yes, I've got 2 tubs worth of games." And obviously, your eyes light up a little bit, and you're like, "Oh, what am I going to find here?" And this old girl, like, she's probably in her 80s, and she's trying to carry these tubs with all these games. And I just see the blue spine. I see all the blue spines and the grease spines, and I was thinking, "Oh, all right, PS2, Xbox might be something here." And she's whacked them down on the counter, and it was FIFA Pro Evo, FIFA Pro Evo, FIFA Pro Evo, FIFA Tiger Woods, and it was just Jesus Christ!
And then you feel bad because she just had to bring it down, and you're like,
yeah, there was, and I think I picked up I think I picked up Cooking Mama on the DS.
Not a bad game, man. It's all right.
No, I thought, oh, I've got to get something, and it was the only thing there. But I was just like, it's amazing how they don't turn FIFA away, because there's so many of them. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I think they just take them anyway. Like, you can't even give them away. I think, to the point where they do a VHS bin and say for free. It's like that. They should just do
it's almost
bin
like
and just chuck it in.
It's like a cancer, really, ain't it? There's just
there's so many.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Brain training, FIFA, like for me, that's everywhere.
Always scraps left over are always FIFAs. It's like,
I mean, FIFA always was. FIFA was always big, but I always found that since the PS2 generation, it has just gone into a different league. It's just, I mean, it pretty much keeps EA afloat, really. I think that.
The money, they make so much off loot, like the loot, the cards, or whatever they call it, the FIFA.
Yeah, Dream Team, isn't it?
Dream Team thing, yeah. I hear they make billions off that, just alone. Duckside says, I get a lot of freebies when it comes to retro gaming. Nice. Sounds good. What stuff did you get? Any Xbox original Rex? I think we're massively behind on these comments. You know that.
Can you get a quick drink?
So sharp. Go for it. I remember saving up for Tiny Toons and a Mega Drive, £1 a week pocket money. That's a great game. I like that game. I like it on the NES as well, but I always get to the Gorilla Boss and he just whoops my ass. Are you going to car boot tomorrow? Yes, doing a car boot with the missus in a couple of weeks. We're hoping for a big day of sales. Nice. When you take out fees and what's this? Yeah, I think I missed another comment, so that one's not going to make any sense. Got a bit of everything from Mega CD to original Xbox and PC titles. So what, you got a reseller stall? Is it like set out with just games? Is that what it is, Darkside? Scott's here. Yo, you guys all looking forward to the car boot? Yes. Are you going tomorrow, Scott?
Yeah, I'll be popping down one of the car boots. I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I see a few guys asking who I am.
Oh, right, yeah, go for it.
My channel is not as vast as you two stallions of YouTube, but
it's not only for like a week for me, and then it'll be forget about me.
So I am a Sega Saturn lad. I've been on a bit of hiatus recently. I've come back recently, and just found like a bit of a YouTube itch to scratch. So I thought, why not? But yeah, you can find me at Sega Saturn lad. Gameplay, pickups, the usual bump, really. But it's all very amateurish. Don't expect any polish, to be honest. So yeah,
the same as mine then. Is it like, like production value is like when it like that's the basic. It's like under here, it's gone.
Yeah, but you've managed to get 10,000 subs on pickup videos, so that's not bad.
It's the car boot. Like the car boots, people tend to like them, and the good thing was like it's the social bit of it. You get a lot more people coming to chat to you, but also you get comments saying, "I'm not into car boots, but I've seen this. It was recommended, and now I'm addicted." And then they shared it with their friends, and it sort of snowballed. And it's that thing where you watch, like, when they did Storage Wars and things like that, like, nobody would think, oh, I want to watch a thing about people opening storage lockers. But when you watch it, you're like, oh, this is quite interesting.
Yeah. Because I think I said to Stu, too, UK, ages ago, I said, why don't you do footage? And he says, because there's people that, I suppose, like yourself, that do it better. But I'd imagine, he's almost like the car boot king. And I think if he was but I think if he did videos, his channel would probably explode. But it takes. I can imagine it's probably very time consuming, isn't it? The editing and doing the voicing over of it, and
it's just for me. It's Kieran likes to record as he go. I don't know if he changed it now, but he would record as he got to the stall. So he'd turn it on, record.
It'll fill up pretty quickly. Yeah. I have to video really when I see something. Like otherwise, I'm videoing rubbish, and then by the time I've got to something nice, the camera's a few times on it before I run out of space. I'm like, oh, great! Even though I've got like 120, 28 gig memory card in there, it does fill up quick.
Yeah, I bet.
Mine's not too bad, but I leave mine running, so I forget about it. I just record and just forget. That's why some of the angles aren't as good all the time. But it's more of a case of something might happen, and if you've not recorded, you don't see it. So something may, anything can happen. Someone might go, "Oh, how you doing? You're right, mate," and you have a chat with someone, and it can be quite an interesting thing to just have a chat. But you know, you don't want to just sit there turning your camera on to record it. So if you just leave it running, but I have to go through, like when I do the last episode, it was 3 lots of 45 minutes. So I had to go through everything, 5-second intervals, like skipping through it like that. It takes a while, but it doesn't take forever. You get used to it and you sort of like fly through it.
Yeah.
But Cootie should give it a go, you know. But I guess it's the effort as well. I don't think he'll be bothered. I don't think it's too much effort. It is a lot of effort.
Yeah, I bet. Do you just wear GoPros then normally?
Yeah, GoPro for me and Kieran, yeah.
GoPro. I probably need to do like a video to help people out, because like I think the reason why some people are probably getting caught out with it is because they leave the flashing on the GoPro. The flashing, which basically lets people know that it's recording, is actually a bad thing. You got to turn that off, because it's like flashing in your face. If someone's going to notice that, so people, I don't think they turn it off, and that's probably why some people are getting in trouble. I don't know. I never told him on that, but
have you ever had anyone challenge you about? Have you ever had anyone sort of challenge you about the video?
No one's ever told me. No one's ever told me off.
Like, I've had some stuff before, haven't I?
Didn't once. Was it once?
Yeah, I got. I've had a couple of people just say, like, one person said, "Are you from the police?" Because they thought obviously the police record, and I was like, "Oh no, I just film. I tell them what I do. Film car boot pickups when I find something interesting." A couple loads of those, like, you know, a couple of old ladies, like when you're at the games, and they're like, "Oh, I just film when there's interesting stuff," and they're just like, "Oh, okay." They're not bothered. But I had one person come up to me and start taking pictures of me, and I'm like, "Are you all right?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I want to take some pictures because you're not allowed to film." I was like, "Who said?" And it's like, "Oh, you need permission from everybody here, right. Like everyone who's." And I was like, "So do you need permission when you go to the beach and you take a picture of your family or whatever, or if you're in the park or wherever, the zoo or whatever?" And she's like, "No," and I'm like,
"Yeah, true."
You know, yeah. I said, "I'm not harming anyone."
I think we live in a very paranoid age with
everyone,
you know, kids and families and taking pictures of, you know, and I think obviously there are people out there that probably, you know, have got, you know, unpleasant motives with cameras, but they're very, very few and far between, I think. And I think we just live in a very paranoid society in terms of, you know, offending people and, you know, people being very oversensitive to what people are up to these days. So yeah, I think that's more society rather than yourself.
Yeah, I'm nice to everyone. So when I'm going to the car boat, you know, I'm always happy to speak to everyone. And, you know, even if they're having a bad day, you know, try and turn their mood around a bit. But, you know, as I said, I don't point the camera. Like, I don't go, you know, some people, I've seen YouTubers who have got a camera in their hand and they're doing this and, you know, doing all that. I just leave it on and just forget about it and just carry on as if it's just not there. Because if you're there and you're looking at people and you're like sort of aiming in their face, that's not right. Because it's, you know, so I try and keep it as away from people's faces as possible. You know what I mean? Because it's, you know, it looks dodgy, doesn't it? You know, if you're doing stuff like that.
Yeah. I think the Game Chasers really started that all off, though, didn't they? They were kind of the first real sort of big channel to. They almost had like you were saying about Storage Wars. When you watch their channel, it's kind of in that style, isn't it? Where they hunt, then they do their little interview to the side, then they come back, and then they come back talking about it. You know, and no, I don't think they really do it too much nowadays. But
they said it's because they have all the games they want. So now they're at a point where when they go, they don't find anything.
They're starting to go to other people's collection and buying their stuff instead of actually hunting it out for themselves, aren't they? But just go into people's collections and buying it. It's like, that's
what you do. You get to that state, don't you? Like, if you keep buying as much, especially in America, because like compared to them and us, we've got nothing retro. Like, you go to a charity shop, well, not like a thrift store, it'll be full of retro. You go to the flea market, it's full of retro. Here, you know, you're lucky to see one SNES game in a month, like in a year. But like, you go there and it'll be everywhere, every stall. So, but I like, is it Pixel Game Squad as well? They used to be called Retro Liberty. They're pretty good. You know, they're collecting their stuff as well. So it's interesting to watch.
I like watching, what's his name?
But people get annoyed with that, don't they?
Green Bean does
it, yeah.
He's good. He's literally just commented on the other day.
He gets a lot of stuff, doesn't he?
Legend. He gets some really good stuff at yard sales and stuff like that.
But they've had issues, haven't they? The Game Chasers and all that lot. Like they take a proper camera, don't they? So they go in with the old 4K camera, and people are like, "What are you filming for? You've got to get out."
Yeah,
that's the different league. If you're on your phone filming, they're not so bothered. But that's what they said. They can film on their phone. But when you've got a proper camcorder on your shoulder, they're like, you know, you need permission. Yeah,
I think you just got to be sensible with it, really, haven't you? And you know, I think some people are a bit uncomfortable being on camera, really, aren't they? So, you know, if you're filming people, you got to know let people know what they're being filmed for, I guess. But
yeah, always keep it, you know, straight with the people. But you get people, you can tell, like, I've seen a guy as well before where I've gone past his stall and it's like all car stereos and things like that. And he's like, what are you filming for? What are you filming for? Like that.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, no, I'm just filming on pick up games. And he's like, oh, okay. Like that. But you like, obviously he's pulling a dodgy one.
Yeah.
He's jumping in people's cars and nicking all their stereos to sell at the car boot. So it's a bit.
Have you ever had any trouble at the car boots in terms of like overly aggressive people wanting, because obviously it is competitive, isn't it? I mean, retro
it's aggressive sometimes. Yeah. Like I've only with like Kieran's not so bad, but like I had a guy who literally will take stuff out of your hands. If you're holding it, he will come up and just take it out of your hands, and you're like, "Excuse me," in the best way you can. Like I was looking at DS games once, and there was a bundle. Go on, what's that?
One before with that PS2, that PS3 line. You're talking to the person about the games, and the guy just walked in.
Oh yeah, I'm choosing the games. Like they've got like
all the ones you were talking about,
maybe 8x8 row of games, and I'm going. I'll have that one. Can I have this one? Can I have this one? And this is on their thing at the back of their stall. All stuff all around it, so you can't get to it. He's walking all through their stuff like that to just grab the games, all the expensive ones, and he's like, "There you go," and gives them the money. And I'm like, "Oh, I would have had them." But
it was there first,
you know, but I'm not going to have a massive argument. If he's that desperate, to make a tenner or whatever, then go for it.
Yeah.
It's just not the way to do it. Like some people are so rude. Like that's when I sold at a car boot. This guy was like, "Come up to you. How much is a PS2?" And I was like, £6. He's like, "I'll take
your
it."
Latest one, wasn't it?
I'm like, Jesus Christ, mate! It's not the way you do it.
Yeah, it's just shit, ain't it? Really.
On video, he was a right idiot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say it to him. He didn't deserve it, but yeah.
Because on your latest one, Kieran, you can kind of see. So that car boot, did they let the sellers get set up first and then let the buyers in?
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah,
it must be. It should be like that. It should be like that.
People sprinting.
I think they should all be like that.
Yeah, they really should.
Yeah, that's what it's so much better. There's no stress. It's literally that's why I like going. I got 2 of them rounds where I am, and they're great for that.
Yeah,
you don't get the whole hassle of people buying. You still get a couple of people who are already set up, wandering, grabbing, or maybe some resellers, but people still go in there and pay to go in early. But that one I go to, it's like £10 to go in early. I'm like, if you find something decent, then fair enough. But I've not done it yet. I may do it one day, but I don't know if it's be worth it at the end of the run.
I just want to say, I've just put Bob into timeout. I've just realised I read the wrong comment. I've put him in. So Bob, if you're watching, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't read the first comment. So the second comment come through, and I was like, that's a bit nasty what he's saying about us. And he was like, not on about us. He was talking about the people at the car boot. I was like, oh God, what have I done? So Bob, I owe you one. I'm sorry, dude. Can you take it off? Is there a way? Is there a way of getting it back?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way of
him. Has he been blocked?
No, I just deleted the comment, but I put him on timeout. So he'll be on timeout for.
I think you get it back after a few minutes. You can come back after a few minutes, I think.
Sorry, everyone. Look,
pancakes?
Justice for Bob. Rest in peace, Bob.
They're in my gut at the moment. Hopefully, can come out as a large log.
Oh dear.
Right.
There we go. Sorry, Bob. Rest in everyone. Poor Bob. I'm sorry, Bob. I saw the second comment and I was like, nasty. He's nasty. Well, I'm not going to get on the moderator stuff anymore. I won't do that because I'll break it down. I'll break Kieran's stream.
I think
it's cool.
Yeah, I mean the one I go to, they're like a pack of vultures. I mean, I went to one a couple of months ago, and there was only like probably about 12 or 13 stalls, and it was horrific. I've never seen anything like it, where they were literally just surrounded. You know, a woman,
it's like zombies.
Yeah, like a woman with a daughter, and they're in it. They're like, you know, any electronics, anything this, and it's just like, oh, for God's sake, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's so rude. I don't like doing that. I've always waited till they're ready for it. You know.
Yeah.
It's just it's mad. Like I've seen people just going in the boots and like, can you just let me set up, please? I'm like, and they just won't listen to them.
Yeah,
it's so rude.
But don't you find that there's?
I'd rather just wait for them to.
sometimes some of the people that are after all this sort of stuff, I find the ones I go to, they're a bit scummy. Some of the people though, like in terms of, what they've gone, and they just look like they're just a bit kind of not sort of nice.
I don't know, we find a lot of people are nice around here. They're not too bad, but you get the odd people who are just rude. But the guys who were snatching out my hands and things like that, they've gone. I don't know what's happened to them. I guess they were missing out on stuff and they were just had enough. But the guys who were doing it were like say 60. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They weren't young lads or anything, so they were.
Yeah, they're not gamers, are they? Really?
Oh no, definitely not.
That's what they're just looking for, to make a bit of money, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, we're all doing the same.
Bob, are you back?
Thing,
yeah.
But like,
want you back.
It's nice to be doing it for CX. Most of my things I've been buying now are all going to CX.
Yeah.
But it's annoying when we get beat to it. It's just the way it is.
I don't really agree with someone buying stuff on another table and then taking it to their own table and then selling it. I think that's a bit cheeky myself.
It is a bit cheeky, that.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
The guy who does it on mine weekly.
All the time at Carbon. I think it's been happening for years. It's been happening. It's definitely been a year. I remember people doing it back in early 2000s. I've seen people doing it, buy it and put it on their store. It's a bit, it's a way of car boot, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. It wasn't me that. By the way, what happened was it come up and it did the thing where it says show and hide the comment. So I read the comment and was like, that's abusive. So I was like, hide and then remove it. And then it was like above it was like talking about other people. I was like, oh. So I was like, yeah, cheers, YouTube. Made me look like a right prat. I love you, Bob. Come back. I love you.
81 people. Awesome. That is fantastic.
But yeah, it's mad. Like, people get so aggressive. But like I said, if it's over, I mean, I won't say the names of people, but I know other people who filmed at Car Boots, and they've literally had someone say, if you keep filming, I'm going to smash your camera and knock you out. And that's for like women.
Really?
And I'm like, I won't say it because it's not, it's not for me to say. But like, people saying it to people, especially like a young woman, it's just. It's a bit tight. You can say like, "Oh, do you mind not doing it?" But the reason they said it is because they're competitors, because they want the same stuff, so they're getting funny about it. But that's how bad it gets. This person who's a collector is like, "I'm buying stuff to collect." The other person's buying it to sell. And Bob's back.
Yeah.
Bob's back. Yes. Bob. We like right. Time to time him out again. No, I'm joking.
Make me laugh. I just went to make a.
I went to make a cup. So it worked out. That's what he wanted. He wanted the break so he can make a coffee. So that's it. That's great. Don't you hate them people who charge high prices for 360 common titles? Yeah, you get the people that think because they paid £40 for something 10, 15 years ago, it's still £40 now. Oh, for 35 is a good deal. And you're like,
yeah.
You go, how much is that? Like the other day I saw that SP. And I was like, I don't know if you watched the video. And I was like, how much is that? And they were like, £40. I was like, sort of like choked on my word. I was like, oh, okay. Sort of like that. And you're like, you just sort of don't expect it.
It's like charity shops when they, they'll match CEX prices. And you think, for God's sake, if you go in CEX, with the sort of prerequisite to buy something at a gaming kind of shop retail
you get a warranty,
price.
A proper warranty.
Yeah, with, okay, I appreciate that CEX might sell some game for £6. That doesn't mean that a charity shop should also sell that said game for £6 because CEX have paid £4 for that game. You've had that game in for free. Plus, also, I do think we're kind of not in this. We don't have. Well, it's hard to explain, but I don't think we're in a reason why we need to shop in charity shops. We shop in charity shops to look for the bargains, but there are people out there.
That's the only reason you go.
Yeah, there are people out there that haven't got a lot of disposable income and go into the charity shops for the cheaper end of, hobbies, I guess. But the charity shop is asking the same price as a retail store, and it doesn't sit well with me, I find.
British Heart's one of those that does that though. Like out of all of the shops you go in, British Heart, you'll see the good stuff, you'll go, oh, that's a great game, and then you're like, wow, it's 30 quid. And it just puts you straight off.
I went into British Art a couple of weeks ago, and they had 2 copies of Spyro 1 and 2 on the PS1. They were 20 quid each. And it was like, for God's sake, I don't even bother going in British Heart, to be honest, because it's complete waste of time.
I've got that.
We did get one game, didn't we?
I got Future Cop, didn't I?
Mm.
Yeah, Future Cop LAPD, great game.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was at the point where it's one of those things where if you're there and it's an all right price and you're desperate for it, then it's worth going for. But if you're genuinely just going in there and you're like, you know, it's 40 quid and I don't really need it, I could buy it from CEX down the road. But people bash CEX all the time. They you know, say they're horrible, you know, they're horrible stores, but you know, they've got to make money. They can't just you know, they've got massive overheads. It's not like they can just go in and be like a charity shop and it's just looked after. You know, it's all cash. They've paid 40, 50 quid for the item and sell it for 80. But, you know, that's how it works. It's how it, you know, business is.
Yeah. The best kind of charity shops are really the local ones, like the one-offs that are just run by a couple of old dears that are really untidy as well. You know, when you start going to your British Hearts, your Oxfams, your Bernardos, they're run more like the actual shops, really, aren't they?
Shops almost.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
Clean and really very well displayed.
Yeah, exactly.
And, What's going on here? I bet this is Pete.
Oh, no. Don't answer it. It's going to be bad.
Hello?
You never know what's going to come out if Pete. You know Peter Dickinson, right?
Yeah.
You never know what's going to come out if you answer that.
He doesn't YouTube, though, does he, anymore?
Nah, he's really busy now. Got a kid and everything, so
he's always, he's got his family now, and he's busy with that.
Busy working.
We still talk to him every time. He's always sending him random stuff to us, isn't he?
Always stuff that you can't show anyone.
He's a legend. Yeah, he sends some right stuff you shouldn't maybe see him, but
stuff you never want to see.
No, I can imagine. Like,
oh dear.
It's like WhatsApp has kind of created all of these horrendous videos that you get sent on a daily basis.
Stuff you don't want to see. You're like, oh, cheers for that. We've got some comments. British Hearts are priced quite high. I think they are the top end. I think they're told as well, aren't they? If they get any games in, check it. There's no haggling either. And the other thing I find is if you say, have you got any more games out back? You go, oh, we haven't priced them up yet. Well, I'm here now. I could buy them. You know, if they're a good price, and they're just like, no, they're not priced up. So basically, forget about it.
Some of them get quite defensive. Like I tend to find with some of the volunteers, not so much the actual staff that are in charity shops, but some of the volunteers, if you ask them, do you mind having a look for anything else? They kind of look at you as if like, who do you think you are? What you're asking me to go and look out the back for you? And they get quite defensive, some of them. You know, like, no, nothing's out the back. Nothing's out the back. Everything's out. You think like, but I can see the green spine of an Xbox game out there. Can I just have a look at it? No. And you think like, don't be a twat, mate.
Yes, pretty much that. We've had it every Kieran. You come down and we go to that big charity shop, and that's been a gold mine because they're just like, they put it out and then they say anything that's not been sorted yet is out the back. And you can just look over the side and look. And if you want anything, they'll whack a sticker on it and you take it. And they're not bothered. They just say, there you go, check it over.
Really good.
It's cash in there till. You think, all right, we might be losing a couple of quid, but just be done with it. You'd think that the influx of getting DVDs and maybe not so much games, but just clear it, get rid of it. You know, if someone's wanting to buy it, just take it, you know. But
that's how they see it. And like, even if they've got like, you know, like a box with the wrong game in, they're just like, well, you can have it 50p or £1, just take it. Like, and you're like, oh, okay, fair enough. If it's like a case you need or a disc you need, it's not too bad. They don't care. And they're like, you know, if you want to bring stuff in, you just bring a box in and they'll just take it and stick it on their shelves as well. And they're not bothered. It's just, I think that's how it should be. It should be you go to the charity shop because you get a bargain. You go because you don't want to pay retail prices. And the same with car boot. If you knew every week the car boot was going to be retail prices, you wouldn't go. You just wouldn't bother going. You just stay at home, stay in bed.
I mean, I went to Car Boot a couple of weeks ago, and the guy was selling a Mega CD with a Mega Drive, and he had all this. It said like SNES, PS1, and all it's like his games collection. But just out of curiosity, I said, "How much is your Mega CD, mate?" And he went, 80 quid. I went, "Okay, no worries," which probably isn't a bad price, but no one goes to a Car Boot to spend 80.
You're not spent, and if it works or not as well, that's the other thing. Everything I find is a lot of the time, and Mega CD is a bad one, isn't it, for being broken?
Yeah.
Me and Kieran have been ripped off loads of times with people saying stuff works.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even 360s,
That's the way it is.
PS3s, I don't even touch them. If there was like one,
Yeah, PS3s, never touching them anymore.
unless they
I'm
come
sick
with a
of it.
load of
But I
controllers.
think I bought about 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bonus. Yeah, it's like an extra bit on top. But yeah,
Yeah,
oh, it was guaranteed and broke. I've only ever brought one, and it's actually worked. And that was 15 quid with a couple of games thing, which wasn't too bad.
yeah, it's just
still good,
not
actually.
worth it. It's not worth
That's
it.
why I got that old PS3, the original fat one. And I've never had one that's like, I've had 3 in the past that were mine, and they all broke. And I look after my stuff, and every single one of them yellow light of death and died.
Yeah.
And I saw it at the car boot, and I think it was like 15 quid with 2 controls. So I said to myself, if it doesn't work, 2 controls, they'll trade me back my credit. So I'll get my money back and then make profit on the the other control. And then it worked, and I was shocked, and ended up trading it in, and it got like 70 quid for trading towards more retro games. So it's not too bad, but it is a risk.
Yeah, you've just got you just got to balance it out, really, haven't you?
Yeah, work out if it's worth it or not.
It's funny how like the things like the original Xbox and the PS2, in GameCube, that generation seemed to work fine. Less so the Wii, but certainly 360 and PS3, they just seem to fall apart.
Wasn't it something to do with the solder? Then they changed like from leaded to unleaded, and that's what started cracking.
Yeah,
it's not flexible or something like that.
I think it's where the heat expands. Like the glue. Yeah, and it just
cracks.
Because supposedly it happened to me, and they say put it in the oven for 10 minutes.
I've done that before. It has worked.
Yeah,
you did it yours, didn't you, Kieran? And tell them the story. I
brought a PS3 from the car boot, and this guy said, "Oh yeah, it works. Just haven't got the cable for it." So I was like, I kept going back to him, like saying, "We've got a cable for it. I'll find it in a minute. So I bought it without the cable anyway. Fat one something for an old, because it's one of them old kettle cables, isn't it? So I got one of them from somewhere else, and I bought that. Got home, didn't work, and I was like, okay, I'll take it apart and do that little fix, and it worked. I got it up and going again. And I put it in the oven and baked it, and it worked. And then turned it on. Oh my god!
Yeah,
this guy was a dirty man.
Dirty man. Yeah, he's downloaded much filth.
Oh really?
It was. It would have made me like back away from the. You would need burning.
But it was like all Asian and stuff. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck?
It was. Yeah,
it was
some filth on there.
Disgusting inside. Like, I wonder why the console died.
Yeah, wore it out. Wore it out.
Like disgusting. I wish they didn't pick it up.
I think he's been touching those buttons, ain't he?
I know, yeah.
Give
me look a few pads. It was probably worth it, but I can't remember how much I paid for it now. But oh my god, it was terrible.
Yeah, I'll put it on Kieran's stream.
No, you can't.
Pete sent a picture of me.
You can put it on, but can't put your finger over that.
Pete sent this. There you go. He's made a picture of me naked. There you go. That's from Pete. That's from Pete. Cheers, Pete. Oh dear. But yeah, I've had a lot of stuff broken. The I don't know if you watched the episode where I got the Xbox recently, and it had the 2 wireless controls. But it was like I was like, it's going to work. I've never had an Xbox not work. But the Xbox was dead, but the controls and the bundle of games made it worth it. So it wasn't such a bad thing.
OG Xbox, was it?
Yeah, it was. I think it's. I've looked up the faults. First thing was people saying was like when you plug the figure of 8, thing in, it cracks the solder underneath. I checked all that, nothing. And none of the caps were bulged, nothing. So they said it was like, is it the transistors or something? They can blow. But for the sake of an OG Xbox, it's just I used it for spares. So I took the spares out and put it in other bits. So it had a life,
I think with the OG, the disk drive gets jammed. Very, very common fault on them. And you've just got to pop it out and then get your tweezers in, take the rubber off of the actual mechanism, clean the rubber, and it works perfect. Works perfect every time. It's a bit of a faff getting it in and out, but I've not ever. I think the OG Xbox was so over-engineered. I mean, it was such an expensive piece of kit.
It's a powerhouse. It was like when it came out, like my friends were into PS2. And I had a PS2, and then I saw the Xbox, and I was like, I'm having it. The pad was crap, though, of course. That giant brick. Everyone who loves it, I think you're mad. But, I was like, everyone's laughing at the pad. But the games, the graphics were incredible. And if you look at it now, it plays in 720p on some games, which didn't even exist.
The original Xbox was almost like a generation and a half. Like, you had, what was the Dreamcast PS2? That was, the 7th gen? It was almost like 7.5 gen. the Xbox in terms of like its power outage, really. Because if you compare things like Panzer Dragoon Alta,
Yeah,
they look amazing.
They look
Then there's
great, yeah.
no way in hell it could be done on the PS2 or Cube or Dreamcast. It just couldn't be done.
Crash Team Racing as well, like that. The Warriors, they're 720p games. Enter the Matrix is a 1080 game. I mean, if you've got the component cable, it looks amazing. It's really good. And the PS2, no way in hell would it ever do that.
I remember because I remember playing Need for Speed Underground 2, and if you compare sort of like PS2, Cube, and Xbox versions,
oh yeah,
I mean the Cube is sort of somewhere in between, but between the PS2 and the Xbox, it's almost like a different generation. There's so much more room on the Xbox. It's
that's why I still use today for coin ops and things like that, because it's pretty powerful for what it is, and they're cheap. And
I've got modified Xbox. Yeah, I've got everything on it, all the emulators and stuff. It works as a treat. The only thing that does piss me off a little bit is lack of like a decent arcade stick.
To find one, you've either got to make one out of different bits, or you've got to spend like 150 quid for like an X arcade with the adapter and stuff.
Exactly.
So you've got that crappy green one, haven't you? Like the really plasticky.
Yeah, that's the only one that had come out, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was nothing else. Bob wants to know. We have to answer Bob's question because obviously the Bob fiasco. He said, "What kind of music do you all listen to?" Go for it.
Me, I listen to screaming stuff sometimes, depending on what I'm in the mood. Nothing too heavy, but I used to be like really bad stuff. I didn't even know what the hell I was saying because I was screaming so much. But I don't know, just stuff like that, download stuff like that. What I went there, I don't know. Depends what mood I'm in. I mean, I like all sorts of it. Don't stick to any genre. I just like a bit of each, bit of all sorts.
I'm the same, yeah. Just like random. Like when I go on Spotify, it's just totally random.
Classical, I can't be doing it. Classical music, no thanks. I don't want that. Not
personally,
sort of thing,
I've got quite an extensive library of like old school hip hop. So we see Tupac, NWA, Wu-Tang Clan. Love all that stuff. And then I've also, I like things obviously Foo Fighters, Nirvana.
80s in the car.
Love one of the best CDs I've got is Ministries of Sound 80s Grooves, and it's brilliant. You got all like your Barry White, Marvin Gaye, fantastic stuff on it. So I mean, I'm open to anything really. I think music's very, very. How
you feeling in time in that way? You want to
exactly. Yeah, it's very mood driven, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the word.
That's what I have for my because I've got anxiety issues. So headphones in, either like loud metal, something that's going to drown out thoughts you can't think, or something relaxing, nice and peaceful. Like I like, certain like video game music. Like the Donkey Kong Country, what's it called? Aquatic Ambience. I love that track, and it's so relaxing. It's a tune, and for me, it's relaxing. So having a freak out and I play a bit of relaxing music like that, and it's like it sounds sad, but there's certain stuff you get into, and it's as you said, it's the mood you're into, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think everyone seems to love the Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack, don't they? I mean, it's
great.
It's unbelievable that was done on a Mega Drive, really, and some Mega Drive games sound bloody awful.
Crap, yeah, and then that was like CD quality. It was great.
But that when it worked, it really did sing, and I mean, that sounds amazing even today.
I think it's Thunder Force 4 has also got a great track on that as well.
Yeah,
that's it, proper metal. Sounds incredible.
Yeah,
but I love my missus loves Streets of Rage, didn't you? You like playing Streets of Rage. Like we go through that. We finished them a few times, and Kieran, we played it, didn't we? But we didn't have the soundtrack. What was it we were playing? And we didn't have the soundtrack. You played it. That was it. Fighting Force. Remember?
Yeah, it was like the one we did was meant to be a Street Fighter, but it was meant to be
It was meant to be Streets of Rage, the sequel, wasn't it? 3D one, and then they were like, nope. And then, so we were like, change the music, and you put Streets of Rage music on your phone, and we listened to that instead. It made it much more enjoyable.
It was just constant the same on it. It was the same tune all the time.
There's a really fantastic video I watched probably about a year or so ago, and it goes into real detail about the Sonic 3 and Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah,
crossover, and the guy goes like to investigation standards, you know, and he gets interviews with you know, the old, you know, people that were, you know, part of Michael Jackson's band when he was doing, like, I think it was like the Blood on the Dance Floor tour, which was similar to the like when Sonic 3 was getting launched. And, you know, like Stranger in Moscow, there's a certain beat in Stranger in Moscow that's in, I think it's on the, like, the ice cap level. It's so crystal clear that he clearly had some influence in Sonic 3. Yeah, because it's such otherwise pure plagiarism by Sega.
Yeah,
but,
definitely, yeah.
But there's so much crossover. It's like unbelievable.
The music's great in it. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. Sonic and Knuckles I love as well. I like,
yeah.
You know, Sonic games that I never really, like Sonic 1 I enjoyed as a kid.
Yeah.
I never, like, once it got to number 2, that's when it started kicking off for me, you know. And,
yeah.
you know, I was hard on Sonic Mania. Like, I played it and I was more, I don't know. I think, like, it's that nostalgia thing, isn't it? So you play the old one, you're like, oh, they're so much better. And then you play it and then you're like, well, it's actually a good game for what it is. It's actually a really good game. And it, you know, I was a bit hard on it. But it is, I did enjoy it. I
think with Sonic Mania, it's for the fans, by the fans, isn't it, really? And it's
like a love letter.
Yeah, and there's so many little Easter eggs. I mean, you can watch videos on YouTube which point out 50 different Easter eggs in Sonic Mania. And they come from, like, the most vague points of sort of Sega's history, where there's maybe, like, you know, the D-pad from things. Yeah, the D-pad from the SG-1000 is found in this particular level, and it's like, Jesus, that's the level of detail they've gone to. It's, you know, and there's so many little Easter eggs. It really, if you sort of grew up playing Sonic, you know, back in the day, it was just there was points where you thought, Jesus, that's really something for me that I'm only going to understand. And
yeah, I get you.
Really, it was quite a personal kind of game, really. I found, because, you know, I was about 10, no, probably about 9 or so when sort of Sonic 1 come out, and you know, I sort of love Sonic throughout all the generations, and you know, it's a very kind of you know, it's always kind of been my sort of favorite game series. And it's such a shame to see how the actual sort of franchise or the property is kind of been sort of degraded over time, really.
Oh yeah, they ruined it. Like they just, it's crap. Kieran, you've played quite a few, haven't you? You played Sonic Mania because it was free one month, wasn't it, on PS4? I think they gave it away free. Was it last month?
I don't think I've got any games on PS4. I've only played VR games on that. I don't know what it was.
Like the Sonic Advance games are okay. You must have played those.
I played it. I think I completed Sonic on a Game Boy. On the. I think it's Sonic Advance. It's exactly the same one. It's on the N-Gage. I played all the way through it on that.
It's the same one. Yeah.
I love that game. It was great. I love it, like the crystal flying up. You know, like.
Have you played Sonic Forces, Kieran? That's the one on the PS4. That's the latest one.
I haven't played that one. No, that's the modern one. They did it at the same time, didn't they? Was it as Mania or something? I never played it.
It's crap.
I saw some footage. It just didn't.
No, it's just. I mean, you can kind of customize your own sort of Sonic character, but there's points in the level where you've got the same frustration that you had in Sonic Adventure that's still happening now 20 years ago, you know, in terms of like inaccurate jumps, you're going too fast, you don't feel like, and it's just like, you would have thought that they would have learned.
More annoying.
Yeah, and considering sort of Sonic Team, like, you know, they still brand.
They'd be okay on it.
Yeah, they still brand Sonic games as Sonic Team developed, and you think like that used to mean like a sign of quality, whereas now it's just kind of like don't mean nothing really.
We're neglecting the comments. Someone actually said, "Are you guys reading our text?" I'm reading it, Mister. Sorry, just rambling. We're rambling about stuff. Sonic Team Racing is a good game. I heard that Sonic Team Racing. We played it. Me and Kieran played, didn't we? A bit on Xbox, Xbox One.
Yeah. Oh my God!
But they changed it.
It messed up, didn't
the
it?
Graphics, man. Oh yeah, yours wouldn't boot. It just wouldn't boot on his console. It would not boot.
Well, I think I was Jake. Mine worked, but then when I finished the game, it was just a loop. I couldn't get out of it, could I? It was on a loop.
Yeah, stuck in the game. But they remade it, didn't they? They did the remaster, but they changed the controls. I hear. I haven't played it,
okay.
but they changed the controls up a bit. So
What was that on?
it was on 360 Sonic Team Racing or something.
Oh yeah, I haven't played it myself. I don't know why they went from. I don't know why they changed it from All Stars to Sonic. Seems like a bit of a downgrade because again, there's so many sort of Easter eggs in the All Stars racing. You know, it's a bit of a shame, really.
TSF says hello, yo. I had Sonic 1 built in on the Master System. Played it a while. Yeah, that's it. It was good to get a free game. Like when I first got my Master System, there was no free game, so it was like you had nothing. But back then, you could go to like the markets at the weekend with your mum and get like a game. There used to be a stall. You give them £2. You can take one of your old games in, pay £2, and then get another one. And that's how that's how the guy did it. So he used to get £2 each week, and you swap it up. Weren't too bad. They do read the chat 99 times out of 100. There you go. Sonic Team Racing is good. What do you think of the Dreamcast? I love the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
I love it. It was arcade. Well, pretty much arcade perfection, wasn't it? Like for what you got. You got a Dreamcast, didn't you, Kieran? Still, you got the box above you, I think.
No, I don't have a Dreamcast. I think got like a couple of them. I think I still got 2 of them. Yeah, so there, look, box. I paid. I don't know how much I paid for that. What was I paid for it? Something. Yeah, I think I was like 30 quid for that, like a load with 2 box ones, wasn't it? 2 box ones with a load of games. And it came up really expensive. What's it called?
Is it Shenmue?
Is it that? No, it was that one with games of
Res.
Res, that's the one. It came as that, and I sold it, and I pretty much got my money back. So
that's a rare game.
Yeah, I got rid of it ages ago. I don't know how much it's gone up now. But it was 60 quid when I sold it. Probably got up loads now. That was ages ago.
Yeah, I think it's more £100 game now. But
oh man,
I bought a Dreamcast at launch.
I had an import one.
Oh really?
Yeah, I got it from. I had a friend. My best mate's cousin was mad. Like he would just buy anything from anywhere, and then he'd get bored and he'd just trade it for next to nothing. And he was just like, "Oh, like he was like, I didn't want this Dreamcast. You can have it." And he'll be like, "Trade it for Resident Evil on the PlayStation." I was like, "Yeah, go on." And stuff like that. It was mental. He would trade it, and he did that with me. And he had the import one, the Japanese one.
Yeah.
So we were playing everything. So it was like Sonic all in Japanese, and we were like, we have no idea what's going on, but we still completed it in Japanese.
There you go, Kev. There's your original one. That's yours. You gave it.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah,
that's the one.
That's his exact one. Kevin's from me back in the day. He let me use the first like take it. Give me it. How you this? I'm like, okay, I'll take it then. But that's the original one from your childhood.
When I was at college, I actually worked at. When I was at college, I actually worked at Game during the Dreamcast launch.
Okay,
that was a good time. Really, really successful launch, but you could kind of see it sort of tapering off a little bit. And when the PS2 was getting announced, it was just kind of everyone was really interested in the.
Oh God!
Yeah, everyone was interested in the Dreamcast, but they were just like, I'm just holding off to see with the PS2. Or sorry, PS2, I should say. But
donation there.
Legend, thank you very much, Ryan. Thank you very much. £5 to keep up the.
Keep on the good content. Have a boot sale bargain on me.
You legend, mate. That is fantastic. Thanks so much. You didn't need to do that. We don't need anything from you guys. I just like to show you what I find. I don't need the cash, man. But that's wicked. Thank you very much. Means a lot. That will definitely be used. I think someone said wants me to scroll up to the top of the screen.
Oh yeah, I can see it. It says, "Hey guys, I want to get into retro, but not collecting, just for gaming. What best decision to go buy consoles and stuff, or is it more luck? If you just want to play the games, get an EverDrive. Just get an EverDrive, and then you can get the original console. I mean, if you don't even need the original console. You want to play it on a normal TV without a CRT. Get you like a Retron 5 or something like that. That will do the job. I know it's still emulation with the carts, but it does the job.
Yeah,
but it's expensive. I mean, depending on what you go for and how you do it. If you're doing it from the car boot and you're trading stuff in like us lot are doing, it's not too bad. But if you're going out and paying like £100 for Tumby or 230 quid for flipping Dinosaur Peak, I mean, you're losing big money and the games are crap. So, and you find a lot, it's either the games are great and a lot of money, or they're crap and a lot of money as well. So it's like you can't really win with doing random stuff. Now and again, you get some good stuff like dirt cheap, but I think it's quite bad now to get into, especially SNES. SNES is killer. SNES is absolutely killer for expense.
I think the thing with retro is it's very nostalgia driven, and I think it's also very personal to people.
Yeah.
I think it's quite difficult to say to someone who is maybe younger than us guys, who I don't know how the chap is, but if he's younger, it's quite a difficult decision to maybe choose what you actually like, whether that be Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, or even Xbox to a degree.
Yeah.
It is kind of what you grew up with that feeds that kind of drive in you, really. And it's a passion project, really, I find. I would also say that, maybe get specific, if you're only interested in sort of like gaming, find out what you like and focus on that to a degree, and then maybe diversify into different things. So, I suppose if you're going to start off with something common, I don't know, maybe PlayStation or, SNES, Mega Drive, there's
N64 isn't too bad for
yeah.
If you want to go kart based, it's not too bad for price. There's a lot of cheap games. I mean, for like 5 and 10,
yeah.
But
I think
SNES, good games on the SNES are a lot.
Yeah, I think for pure kind of like arcade pick up and play, I think probably the Saturn.
Yeah, Saturn's got great games.
Is really good in terms of, because a lot of the Sega first party titles are really cheap. And there's the Saturn's also got quite a diverse kind of sort of price range. You can go from that pound a game all the way up to £1,000. And then you can go you can dip your toe in the Japanese market as well, which you've kind of got that the air of exclusivity that you don't really find with your CEX, really. But it's a never-ending question, really, ain't it? Our answer. It's something that you kind of need to do your own work on if you want to just be. If you're unsure about what you want to get.
Kieran's obviously Game Boys are awesome, so you got into Game Boy, but when he got into it, Game Boy was cheap, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got into it was when I used to pick up videos all the time for Game Boy games and that, and now I've just got to the point where I've got everything I don't really need anymore, so I'm not really getting much Game Boy stuff anymore because I've done that part of the collection now. I don't need any more of it, so it's just getting games that I wanted for the systems nowadays.
The Game Boy's not cheap either, is it?
It's gone up loads. I'm glad I did it when I did it. It's gone up so much.
Yeah, I mean the Castlevania, the Turtles games, they're ridiculously expensive, ain't they?
Trip World.
It's an RPG game I've got, and it's I got it for like 30
Olympus
when I first got it,
and
now it's got to like 250, and then Battle Olympus, that's like same sort of price, and I got that thankful to Lee from Retro Fusion. He sent me the box for that years ago, and he said, if you find a game for it, make it complete. I'm like, you legends. I found the game for it, and now I've got a complete copy of it, and it's just gone a lot. It was high in price then, but now it's like even more. It's insane. Nice
I've got quite a big Saturn and Dreamcast Japanese library, and thankfully, I'm not really into my sort of side-scrolling shooters or vertical, horizontal shooters.
Loads of money in them.
Yeah, I mean,
like Cotton, isn't it?
Cotton, Batsugan, obviously Radiant Silvergun. Because I've never really been into them, but you generally find that a lot of them are 200, 300, 400. Your Hyperdual, I'm good mates with Dal, the retro godfather. He's had that a couple of times, and he says each time that has just gone through the roof. I mean, that's probably like a £500 game now.
Jesus.
And it's silly. I mean, I like your fighters as well on the Saturn.
Fighters, wicked.
Yeah, I mean, I had the one of the more expensive ones is Street Fighter Zero 3 on the Saturn, because it's seen as like the best version of that game. I mean, I sold mine recently. I sold it for 170 quid, and it's just, it depends what people are willing to pay, really, ain't it? It's the market we work in.
But also, it's for me, it's we've had this conversation, haven't we, Kieran, about like disc rot. Now that worries the hell out of me. Like, I'd love to own Snatcher, but at the end of the day, if I'm paying 250, 300 quid for this game, and it gets disc rot. And I have seen disc rot a few times in Sega stuff. And Mega CD. I've seen it in Sega Saturn. I've seen it in PlayStation games, GameCube, and it's just if you get disc rot, that's it. It's game over. That's it. It's finished. You turned it from 300 to nothing. It's worthless apart from the case. But then, so with the cartridges, you've got like, the capacitor goes, change it. You're back in business. There's no real, unless something seriously shocks it or something.
Yeah, I think with from what I understand with disc rot is it's the temperature that really affects the disc. So it's, to be honest, like keeping stuff in the loft is probably the worst place to keep stuff because it goes to freezing cold in the evening to extreme heat in the day, and it's that difference in temperature that kind of breaks up the materials in the disc, really. I've only ever seen disc rot once in any of my Sega stuff, and that was a couple of demo discs on the Saturn.
All right.
I did check all of my games. It took about an hour.
It's worrying, yeah.
Yeah, and you sometimes see little pinpricks, but it doesn't stop them from sort of playing, really. But I notice it a lot on my car. I haven't got like an MP3 player, so I still use CDs, but on a lot of CDRs, they're just like, it's almost like, they're bleached. Yeah, but I think that's more to do with the quality of the CDR, really, rather than the actual disc.
It's worrying, though, especially with the money. I mean, I feel more safe with cartridges, but if I'm spending...
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, I just don't want to... I'd love to, I do want to get into Saturn. I'd love to get back into Saturn again, because I love the fighters, like you saying as well, like X-Men Street Fighter, stuff like that. I love that. And it's just, as well, like you pay this money, maybe £100, £200 for this game, and then you play it, and then it starts skipping, or the audio track skipping and that, and you're like, what's that? And then you get the disc right. That break my heart. Like,
I'm scared about Toomby. That'd be a scare. If that goes like that, I'm going to be well pissed. Hopefully it'll be all right.
Yeah, he's just got Toomby the other day.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed it'll be all right.
It's just a worry. It's one of those things for the future, isn't it? And
you can always flog it to CEX if it does.
Yeah, they won't know any different. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah, true.
The amount of stuff I've got from them that's either fake or the wrong game. Like, you're like, I bought this game on the NES. It's a SNES one.
Do you remember a guy called? He was a Scottish fella. I think he was
in his attic.
Yeah, he was called the Retro Ranger.
I think so. Yeah, he kept getting CX games again and again and repeated the same one over again.
He was trying to get a full Konami set on the SNES, and he ordered one of the games, and it had the right box art, the right sticker, and he put the game in, and it was like Cricket 95 or something on it. So someone had just swapped to the sort of PCBs, or the actual like the innards. And you think, like, if CX are not checking that, then it's dodgy ground, really.
They don't check it though. I've gone in there with games and said it's fake, and they're like, "How do you know it's fake?" And I'm like, "Well, I can tell from the label, because like Nintendo don't stamp upside down diagonally, first of all." And I said, "It feels fake. Feel it." Like, "Oh, I can't feel anything." I'm like, and I've opened it up to clean it, and it's a glob top, so it's fake. And they're like, I was like, "Do you not have screwdrivers?" They're like, No. We just look at them.
Yeah,
that's no good.
But I think it's a generational thing. I think people who work in CX are young guys, that maybe don't necessarily haven't grown up with it. So exactly. And it'd be the same with me. If I had a load of Atari 2600 stuff, I wouldn't really tell from Adam from Eve, really.
What's that, Kieran? You saying something?
Someone commented, say, I wanted to know, they got a box NES or something, a box NES with 2 pads and all that. He wants to know how much you could get, how much it's worth.
I can't see it. What's the person's name?
What could it sell for? His name is...
Oh, I see it. Kedges.
Yeah.
I went to a car boot and bought a full box NES with 2 pads, Zappa, Duck Hunt. So it's the Mario Duck Hunt box. It's the action set that'll be.
What's it worth? What could you get for it?
I think, if it's in good condition, I think they're like 70, 80, I think, for an action set. I mean, if it's mint, you might be able to get to 100. I don't think they hold massive value. The problem you'll find is a lot of the NES systems are yellowed, so that lowers the value straight away. But yeah, I'd say 70, 80. I'm sure Sega Mega Nerd, he had the whole lot of that set, and I can't remember what he got for his. So
is the Turtles box set the most sort of sought after?
I think the Turtles is one of them. And what was there was one more that was really rare. I think it might have been Smurfs.
Oh, really?
Possibly. Yeah, it's like a German version of Smurfs or something. No, it's Italian Smurfs. iPoofy, I think it is. I think that's like a really, really rare one. I might be completely wrong on that, but I think it was Smurfs. But Turtles is sought after. But that's just, I think it's a slip cover, isn't it? Just goes over the box.
Yeah.
It is nice, though. I mean, Turtles,
Yeah.
I used to love it as a kid. Play it now, I just can't stand it. But it's still okay.
Nah.
It's not like the worst game, but it's just... Music's great, though. Music is good.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to play. Some of those 8-bit games are they do chug along a little bit, though.
Oh, they're brutal though. They are. Some
Yeah.
of them are really brutal, but there's so like going for a full set. I wasn't going to go for a full NES set. It was a case of I was trying new games out and finding so many hidden gems that I was just like, I'm mad not to. I've pretty much got a full set, so I might as well just keep going. And I just made it into it. But there's so much killer.
Have you got your lot insured?
Yeah, it's on the house insurance. Yeah, contents.
Because you can get specific sort of like hobbyist insurance, really.
Yeah, this was just, I think they just said when it was insured, it was just a case of they just insured everything. You know, have you got any high risk items like TVs and that? They weren't really interested about games, but they said they cover it as a general sort of thing over it, a certain amount. But it's, I don't know what it's worth because the prices change all the time. And I've got a friend called Jake and he's been getting into NES and he's like, oh, this game's a right pain to, get. And I was like, I paid 15 quid for that. Or, and he's like, it's £100 now. And I'm like, what? And these games have just shot up.
I mean, I know, obviously, like I said earlier, I know Retro Dave very well. And I've been to his and he had Little Samson at one point.
Oh, yeah, killer. £1,000, mate, isn't it? Box to complete mint.
I think he sold, he just had the cart. And I think he sold that for about 600 quid. It's a few years ago now. But, that's definitely...
Yeah, the Earthbound as well, I think. The complete Earthbound as well. Yeah, that's another killer. It's like good condition one of them is like 500 to 700 and mint like 1,000.
Yeah, I know. I think he's moved a lot of it on now.
Kieran, you've got like PS1 games, right? That's what you've been getting mainly. I think, was it Klonoa you got, which is bad shot?
I paid 70 quid for that because I know it keeps going up. It's just pissing me off.
Yeah, it's going up gradually again and again.
Yeah.
I've just been getting them because I grew up with the PS1, so they're the games I like to try out. The games I never really got to play, so yeah.
Have you got Symphony of the Night?
No, I'd love to own that, but then again, I think if I did have it, it would be a case of I would sell it and get carts just because I'd worry. But this is what I've been doing. I've been getting the games and then getting the universal game cases. I know what I'm doing, pointing over there, the camera's there. But the quality, you get a good printout. I mean, I'm happy to have it, and it looks nice on the shelf. I'm not going for a full set, so I'm going for killer. So all of the SNES games I've got are incredible games, top, 9, 10 out of 10 games.
Yeah.
And you just get them like that. And then same with Game Boy as well, and Game Boy Advance,
Yeah.
And they look nice in the cases, DS cases, and they sit nice on the shelf.
That's one reason to buy your brain training, isn't it, really?
Exactly, that's it. And, it's like a couple of quid for a printout, and then you get the cases at the car boot. You can pick them up for pennies. People just say, I'll take them. They're not bothered.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think the fact that Nintendo is cardboard and Sega are that's the clamshell. I think that's the reason, the price difference, really, isn't it? I think that I think
either threw it in the bin, or it just got damaged.
Yeah, so the market's that much smaller, really, isn't it?
Because I had when I was growing up, my nephew, his cousin. Yeah, we went around his house and he's like, do you want to play some Super Nintendo? We're like, yeah. And he's got this massive drawer, and he pulls it out and it's carts only all the way to the back and like that wide. And I was like, I've never seen anything like it in my life. I was just like, how have you got so many? And his nan was rich. So she used to buy games all the time. He'd get the game, cart in the thing, rip up the box and the manual in the bin, gone. And they're all gone. There must have been at least like 300 games, all gone.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So in the tip, gone, deteriorated. And then if you think about it, if they were all box complete, bonkers. But they're still worth money. Like that bundle, I don't know if you saw that bundle I got a massive bundle of Facebook. I had like SNES games and N64, and it was all the boxes were absolutely ruined. They were just terrible condition. Still, people were after them. People are still interested, even if they're in pieces, falling apart. They're like, well, I'll still have it. So
Yeah.
you know,
Something's better than nothing.
oh
Definitely.
dear. Go on, Kieran. You got any comments?
Got people going to bed. Gonna head off. Take care, guys. See you later. Thanks for coming in,
Good night.
Georgia.
Georgia, is that Georgia we know?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, because she's and a thing on there. Yeah, so yeah, she's checking to change her picture, so I didn't recognise it.
Look, this
So,
guy's called himself Tracksuit Guy. This guy's called himself. It's
yeah,
not Tracksuit Guy. Just picked up a mint Super Nintendo box with 3 games for a £5 today. Unlucky lad. See, if that was Tracksuit Guy, he would have said to me, "I got that. Are you interested in it?" So it's definitely not.
Yeah.
What's your name, Tracksuit Guy? Let's have a see. What name is it?
Yeah. What's your name?
What's your name, Tracksuit Guy? Yeah, I know who he is. Trolling people.
I'll just tell him next time tomorrow when you see him or whatever, Kev.
I'll say there's a guy impersonating you. He doesn't even wear a tracksuit anymore.
This Dale Manuel has asked quite an interesting question. He says, "What you guys going to do with all your gaming stuff when you guys are like 70 or older? Are you going to sell it on for people at the car boot, for other people to have joy and stuff?" I don't know. I've never really thought that far ahead, really.
I don't know. No idea. But that's the thing, though. People who take things to the car boot, they don't know what it's worth. So, and they want rid. If we know what they're worth, you might as well get your money, get the most money you can get. This is that sort of thing, isn't it? People take it, they want rid. If we're just going to do that, then what's the point? We'll have a nice stuff saved for so many years just to be taken to a car boot again. It's just a bit weird to me. But I don't know.
Yeah,
it's weird, isn't it? It's a good question.
I don't know what I'll be doing with it when I'm that old. Probably just enjoying it.
I think when my stuff, like when I'm old, I mean, when I pass away, I mean, I think, it'd go to my son. I'd hope that he'd enjoy it. I mean, or maybe give to his kids and, so they can enjoy, a full set. It'd be cool to be like, oh, this was my dad's full set, your granddad's, and pass it down. That'd be wicked.
You said his name's James Bond.
His name's James Bond. Oh, that's right. Correct. Yes, that is James Bond. Yeah, well done. But yeah, it's that thing again where what makes me think in the future at car boots, there won't be car boots for gaming, because we'll get to that point. We're at that stage now where they're like, we don't want to make any more discs. We want to just digital only. So you're going to get to one point, maybe in 20 years' time, where you're going to be finding maybe 360 games, and that'll be the NES of the time.
Yeah.
You're getting to that sort of time, and they'll be the retro, because PS4 ain't going to work. Xbox One ain't going to work because they're not going to be backwards compatible. They're going to be dead unless you can get the servers online. Yeah. And whatever comes out in the future will be digital. So it's going to be sad. It will get to a stage where there'll be nothing, probably with movies as well. You've got 4K movies.
Well, there's already a discless Xbox One, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, and you've got the Stadia as well. Google Stadia, yeah, so you can play games straight off the internet. And it will get to that stage and there will be nothing. But, the other thing is, will it crash? This, to me, is great. But to my lad, he's not as bothered. He'll play Mario 3 and stuff like that, but he's not that bothered, and he's 16. So you think in maybe 10, 15 years' time, the next few generations, they're going to be not bothered, are they? They don't care about that. I mean, to me, Atari 2600, I can't stand it. I've tried it. I just can't. It's boring. Joystick's horrible. I can't get on with it. But that's, Spectrum. I loved Spectrum, and now I'm past it. It's one of those things that's going to be passed on, isn't it? So
yeah,
I think it's just going to die off eventually. I'd hate that to go to the car boot. Can you imagine it? Your son's like, I don't know what to do with this. I'll take it to the car boot. You can have it 50p each. You're like, oh, what?
Well, I think it's an interesting point where you say that as people get older, their generation of gaming becomes their retro. So I don't think it's quite happened with the PS2 kind of generation, because I think with the PS2 there's just so much of it out there.
Yeah, there's lots. Yeah.
Whilst the PlayStation 1 sold well, I don't think it sold anywhere near as well as the PS2 in the UK, at least. So it's difficult to know in terms of what the factors are going to be in the future. But I think it will follow a similar path, really, because 17, 16 years ago, SNES and Mega Drive were, no one wanted them. It was old, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
Like I've said to Kieran before, like I went in. Was it Curry's? No, it wasn't Curry's at the time. Was it? Was it Tandy? Something like that. And they had Majora's Mask in a bargain bin, like stacked all the way to the top, £1 each. And I said to my mum, "Can I get 3 copies?" And I was like, "Okay." So I had one for myself, and I give one to my nephew, one to my other nephew. They opened them. We all opened them and used them. Now, in hindsight, if you thought to yourself, right, if you could say, "Kev, you need to get 500 copies of that," you know, and it's worth a load of money. But at the time, it's crap.
Yeah.
It's no one wants it. It's £1 because no one wants it. That's why it's there. And times change and nostalgia, and then you go back for it. So,
definitely.
When again going back to when I used to work at Game, bear in mind this was 20 years ago. So the store was we were having sort of like, not like a refit, but we were really gutting the store, and we had like it was like a sort of purpose built kind of sort of storeroom, and on top of it you could kind of get on, you could go on a ladder and you could get on top, and we went up, like a few of the staff went up there, and we found 3 Amiga CD32s and a 32X. Yeah, and we stuck them all for £10 in a bargain bin. And you think now, and that would probably be worth about £1,000. It'd probably be worth about £1,000 now. It's ridiculous. But these things were dusty. I mean, they had been in there for like 10 years or so, however long the CD32 had been out. But yeah, I mean, it was a crap system, but for some reason it's still got its market, hasn't it, really?
You don't know what's going to go up, but like if anything is going to go up, which we've had a talk about before, and we care, we said probably Wii U. I think Wii U it didn't sell well. The games are still worth some money, even though how old they are. They're still worth, you know, like Splatoon and Smash Brothers. They're all worth getting. I mean, I know they've re-released them, but it's one of those systems. It's going to be like I don't know what you'd class it as. I don't know. It's not even because it doesn't have a massive library either, does it? I think Ian Jury's got one, hasn't he? Is it like 100 and something? Is it like something like that? It's not massive.
Yeah. I mean, I've got I bought a Wii U obviously for about 5 years ago now, and I've got all of the Nintendo first party Wii U titles, which again is not too many. You're probably looking about 35 or 40.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, some of the third party stuff is quite pricey. I mean, you've got some stupid titles on there like Hello Kitty Racers.
Oh yeah, weird stuff.
Yeah. Then you've got like a couple of the Marvel games are worth a bit. It's difficult to gauge. I think the main thing that's going to be the factor with the Wii U is the gamepad, because I think over time the gamepads are going to start to corrode really and break down. Whereas I think a lot of them are quite, you know, they're required for a lot of the games, aren't they? Or at least to
you need it.
Yeah, so I think if you try finding a brand new Wii U now,
it's getting hard. Yeah,
you're looking at £700 for
at one
an unopened.
Point when the Switch came out, they went up quite high. They went up pretty high, and people were still trying to get them, and sold out now and gone. So there'll be something in the future. Keep a mint one of them. Yeah.
I know it's scary, really.
Who's left? Is it Danielle? Danielle's gone. See you later, Danielle.
Yeah, I think we can follow on Instagram.
Guy.
I think that's the person we follow on Instagram, isn't it? See her post stuff all the
I think
time.
so.
Yeah.
The gamer.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you guys know any car boots on tomorrow near Sheffield? I don't think I've ever been in Sheffield.
I think all of us. I don't think any of us are above Watford, are we?
I think Kieran is. Kieran is.
What?
You're further than Watford, aren't you?
Watford. I don't know where that is.
Down this end. Need
your
a Hello
box?
Kitty box. Tracksuit guy, you don't need a Hello Kitty box. It's not tracksuit guy.
Harry.
Who the hell is it?
I don't know. Harry's licking his paw. Harry, stop.
Deal with.
He's had a grass seed in his paw, so he's not been good.
A grass seed.
Go on in, Kieran.
I think everyone's slowed down in the comments now. Everyone's starting to go to bed, aren't they? Because you've got early morning tomorrow.
Connor says the Zelda gamepad will be worth a bit in the future. Maybe, yeah. They didn't really do any special editions, did they? Apart from the Zelda, wasn't it? The Zelda.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a great one. It was just like a little bit of a stencil, and that was it.
Yeah. They did a lot of box variants with the Wii U, but the actual system, no.
Yeah. Which is weird for Nintendo.
Yeah.
I guess it was just the cost. They were seeing people weren't buying it, and they were just like, car losses.
Yeah, I think they were just. I think they just. I mean, it was a failure all round, really, weren't it? And it's it's a good system, but it's it's not. It was, even at launch, it was never going to be a game changer. It was so underpowered when it first came out, and they did. I mean, the name was a mistake.
Yeah, stupid idea.
Yeah, I remember when I first heard about it.
Yeah,
I was like, is it a new console or is it an add-on? It just didn't make a lot of sense.
But the new DS, what the hell do they call that for? New 2DS?
Yeah, why they call it new 2DS? New DS. Just like, so when you go in the shop and say, "Mum, can you get me a new 2DS game?" and you're like, "Do you want a new 2DS game or a new 2DS game?" Well, it makes no sense, does it? It's like,
no.
We are. So let's just put a new on the end of it. What's going to be new next then? Is that all they're going to make? Not going to be no more DS?
The new 3DS. No, they've stopped with that now, haven't they? They've done the 3DS, so it's the Switch Lite now, isn't it?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's the new thing.
Oh, man.
There'll be loads of those at the car boot in 10 years' time for £10 each.
Yeah.
For some smashed up ones, you get some.
They'll be everywhere.
Broken hinges, a broken thumbstick. Yeah, loving it.
It's like you can read the future, Kieran.
Yeah, every DS you got a broken hinge. I found one last weekend. It was like smashed to smithereens. But yeah.
And that one I found, I don't know what was in it, chocolate or something. It was all in every crack. It was disgusting. I was like, "Does it work?" She was like, "Yeah, it does work." I was like, "Yeah, it's disgusting." Yeah, I'm not.
Sorry,
it's because the little kids have had them, though, ain't it? And they just
don't even wipe them. Yeah, they don't even take them as they are. And it was a state.
I saw Mario Kart Wii today at the car boot. The lady wanted like £5 for it because she knows how much it trades in for. I'm like,
yeah,
I was going to get it, but I was like,
it's not too bad, but
so I just left it. I wasn't that desperate.
You'll find more. You'll find them every week. Yeah,
I wasn't that desperate for it, so I left it.
It's past all your bedtime. I go to bed very late.
Yeah.
Would you rather only play games before 2000 or after 2000? I'd say before, personally. I do like modern games, but retro, like I love RPGs, like the Final Fantasies and things like that. The Super Nintendo, it's got so many good RPGs. Mega Drive's got great RPGs.
It's hard to say because what do you class? Because you effectively, if you think that the sort of Dreamcast, PS2 were launched before 2000,
yeah,
the GameCube and the Xbox were launched in, they were thought up in the 90s, really, weren't they? So they're systems from that time scale. I mean, if you suppose you're talking, I think there's pros and cons to both, really. I think modern gaming, like I said, I think you get a lot of money for I think you get a lot of value for your money with like your big epics, like I'm playing for Red Dead Redemption.
You've still got the online, haven't you? So you can play forever.
Yeah, and I've probably clocked 70 hours into that, and you get these massive games. The only thing I would say is that the modern gaming can be a bit kind of overwhelming sometimes. With like just how much you've kind of got to learn the game, whereas with retro, it's pick up and play. It's like anything, really, isn't it? Do you want to watch Schindler's List or do you want to watch Dodgeball?
Yeah, I guess.
It depends what sort of mood you're in, really, ain't it?
Like N64 is like pretty. It's like depends on the system as well. And N64 dated as anything. Like a lot of the games are horrible. The controls are horrible. Graphics are terrible.
Yeah. I think the N64 out of that generation has aged the worst.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's probably why it's so little value on carts because
I think the PS1 is sort of sought after because there's so much of it. Like in terms of people want what they want as a kid. I think the Saturn is so sought after because it's so niche, and people want the fighters, people want the hardcore shooters. Whereas the N64 is kind of like
it's got nothing really. You've got Mario Party, and you can get that on other systems.
Yeah, I mean, I've got an N64 with about 10 or so games, and I enjoy some of them. Wave Race, Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, Wave Race.
Mario 64. F-Zero is a great game, but the actual whole library of it's not as good.
Filler.
Yeah, it's not as good as the other two systems because I don't think it had the kind of arcade pick up and play games.
Nah.
It didn't have the fighters, it didn't have the shooters, it didn't really have any 2D games as such, did it? So
that's the thing. 2D doesn't age. even on 8-bit, 16-bit, I find it's more acceptable than, say, not Mario 64. I mean, anything sort of that sort of era. PS1, where you're playing Final Fantasy, is okay at that thing. I think it might have been a better game if it was in that sort of 2.5D, where it was like 2D characters in a 3D world where it moved.
Yeah.
And, Silent Hill, it's a great game still, but they are ugly. They are very dated. But they're
spamming GoldenEye.
GoldenEye is dated. Like GoldenEye back in the day, though, that was beast. That was
it was great. Yeah, getting the golden gun, playing around with that.
I think that was a game changer, wasn't it?
Playing 4-player, I remember playing that as a kid. It was great.
There was nothing like it. 4 controllers into the system, playing 4-player on a deathmatch like that. It was just incredible.
Wasn't that one called Find the Golden Gun one? And you got to try and
Golden Gun mode, yeah. It was one-shot kill.
Great. That was the best one.
And then the mines, the remote mines everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's dated. That game, I cannot play it now. Like, I couldn't. Conkers is good. Banjo's all right, but
I've never played Conkers original. I've got.
It's on that Rare Replay. I think you've got Rare Replay. Yeah,
got me, didn't you? I tried to install it because it installs every single game on it.
It installs a lot. It's not massive. The games are all pretty small.
Okay.
Most of them are like 2-3 megabytes. There's nothing, Mario 64, the best Mario ever. No, I wouldn't say that.
I think
Mario
it was
3's better.
I think Super Mario 3D Land is very good. Or World, sorry. On the Wii U, that's a brilliant game. I think they've got better with time. The Galaxies were better than Sunshine, and Sunshine was better than 64.
Have you played the Switch one?
No.
The Switch Mario Odyssey is just incredible because you've got all the retro, the nod to the retro fans in it, and then you've got all the modern stuff for the younger kids who are just getting into it, so they can experience both. And they didn't make it too hard with the retro stuff in it. It's great. I love that game. It was fantastic. One of the best. It's the only.
I've held off getting a Switch because most of the Switch games I find that are just kind of ports of Wii U.
Oh yeah, they did that.
And I've got a lot of them. So I think Odyssey would really be one of the only sort of games that would tempt me to get a Switch at the moment, but it's not tempting enough, really. Yeah, there's not. I mean, there's other stuff. I mean, they brought out Kirby, and I wasn't that interested. Yoshi's Crafted World, I wasn't. They're too basic. They're really simple. Yeah, I think Kirby, especially the. I mean, I know it's for young kids, but it's there's no challenge involved with Kirby.
Oh, the older ones had a bit more challenge, but the new ones, it's just walk to the side and hold the button down to keep running. They're really simple. Ryan Anthony says Breath of the Wild. Yeah, but it's on the Wii U as well, though. Yeah, it's on the Wii U, yeah. That was funny. Me and Kieran went to the event, didn't we?
Yeah.
Was it like you could go online and enter to have tickets to the event? To play
I remember that.
The first time.
Yeah.
And we went down there and played it.
We went to Birmingham, travel that was welcome. It was great, wasn't it? When me and Kev realised at the time, and we were going down the motorway at the motorway.
Oh yeah,
and we fucking bumped into each other. Like we're probably coming from I was like, Kevin. He's like, what? And he was like, it's me there. It was well good, wasn't it? I bumped into you on the way to Manchester. Not Manchester, sorry, right? It was funny, and I just followed you all the way to the end. Yeah, it was good.
It was a good day. We got to try out all the new games, and we, for me, because Breath of the Wild, I was just so interested in it. And then it got leaked online on the Wii U. I don't know if you remember that. It got leaked out.
And you played
everyone was like, I didn't play it. No, I had it. And what I did was when I was at the event, I was playing, obviously you get to play the demo, which is like the first 10 minutes. So what I was doing was just playing the first 10 minutes over and over and over. So I didn't spoil the game until it came out because I ordered it on Switch. So when it came out on Switch, I played it on that. But like you said, it was on the Wii U. If you've got a Wii U, just get it on that. You're not missing much else.
No.
What's your thoughts on Link to the Past remake? You're right, man.
Yeah.
Choking. She's got a cough. The Link to the Past remake. I think it's not Link to the Past, is it? It's Link's Awakening. Is that the one? I don't think it was Link to the Past, was it? Unless they.
Personally, I've never really got into Zelda.
Oh, it's a great series. So many good games.
I remember American version, and I gave it to Kev, and I only got rid of it now. But like, I tried it, and I couldn't really get into it.
I think you either love it or you hate it. I don't think it's one of those games.
It's definitely got. To me, it's kind of a bit like Shenmue, isn't it? It's that kind of.
Yeah, I love that as well.
Some people don't get it. I love it. I really enjoy Shenmue.
Yeah, I love
the kind of plodding along. Love that. And it's not for everyone. It really isn't for everyone. But you've kind of. I think you've kind of got to get, if you're playing it on the Dreamcast, you kind of got to get past the first few discs, and it kind of sucks you in, really, doesn't it?
Oh, but it was killer though when you play number 2 and you get to the end and you're ready for number 3, and then they're like, "There's no number 3," and I was like, "What?"
And you can see why. You can understand why there has been such a vocal kind of support to get number 3 out for years and years and years, because it's like an itch that needs to be scratched, and it's never been sorted, has it? Really?
Same as Half-Life, isn't it? That was the same for me.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
I can't even remember the story now because I got into it and I was so addicted, and then got to the end and
strange. I don't know. One. Yeah, very unusual.
Anything else, Kieran?
A few more comments. I'm trying to, I don't think you can. I don't know what. Anything else you want to read?
To the last comments. Where is the best place to pick up a Game Boy Advance for the best price? I don't think you would have a choice. I think it's eBay.
I find loads of car boots. It's the original Game Boy Advance. You can find that car boot. They're not too hard to find. They're quite common.
Yeah, I've seen a few. I haven't seen one in a while yet.
No, you don't see them. I've kicked to a few recently. So
I think if you're going to get a Game Boy Advance, I would probably just go the whole hog and pay £100 for one of the original, buttons to the side and with the modified backlight.
Yeah, I think they come as well.
Yeah, and they'll come with the 101 screen, I think, as well. I think that's the best way to play it nowadays.
Definitely.
I've got, I'm not. I like the Advance, but I've got the Game Boy player, and with the homebrew community, they brought out the Game Boy interface, and it works with the OSSC. So you've got 360p, and you line triple it, and it gives you 1080p crystal clear, full screen, no lag, even better than the actual GameCube disc version.
Yeah.
And for me, that's the best way to play it now. Like, because sitting there with a handheld is great if you're like on a bus or something like that. But I'm not really in that situation now where I play like that. So I want to play on the big screen. So now I'm just hooking up. And obviously you don't want to play with a GameCube controller because they're crap and the D-pad's not the best. So you've got like the adapters now that gives you the SNES control. So you've got a SNES control with the real hardware on the TV. I think it's pretty good. But again, it's cost. So you could pick up one of them AGS 101 style ones for what, like 80 quid with conversion. Yeah. Whereas if you're doing it this way, you're looking at probably 150 for the OSSC. Then the cube is going to cost you another like 50. Then the player as well. And then the homebrew disc. It all adds up. So the car boots are definitely a way of getting it. I'd say go with it. Not happy?
He's not happy. No, he's not happy.
Which one?
Tracksuit.
Oh, Tracksuit's not happy. Right, Mr. Wolford, we ain't friends anymore. Kieran, I'll text you later, buddy. We're our new A-team. Oh, no.
What people say, thoughts on Star Fox Adventure? Personally, it was my favourite childhood game. I've not really played it. I've got it, I think.
It's okay.
I've been to... We don't really go to loads of car boots. We don't spread out everywhere. I know everyone keeps asking which car do we go to these car boots. We don't stick to our areas. Depends on if we've gone somewhere different, we'll go, but it's not very... We don't really go... Yeah, travel miles.
You can only go locally, can't you? You can only go to your local.
Unless you're somewhere on holiday, you've got a chance to go somewhere, different. But yeah, I'm not going to go travel like 2 hours away just to go to a car boot. What's the point?
It would be cool to go like on like a car holiday
trip.
Yeah, where you could go. If you knew there was one like every day, you could travel to different places. Like if you got a big channel, if you had millions of subs.
Weird though. You'd get people crowding all over you. Like, whoa. Let's go away. I'm trying to find something here.
But it would be cool. But yeah, we can't go to... Well, I definitely can't. I'll freak out getting a haircut.
Yeah, so. Kevin struggles,
What are we up to? Read the last comments. Kieran, will you be at the next Doncaster video game market?
I don't know.
How about you, Kev? Maybe, if I'm well enough.
It'd be great if you could go, Kevin. You know,
I would like to
so-
go. I want to go to more events.
When is the next one?
I'm not sure. I haven't checked.
I bet it's got to be
You-
October, something like that, isn't it?
You guys didn't make the Arcade Cup meet up in February, did you?
Oh no,
No,
Yeah.
I tried to go for that once a while back there, one of them, but it just took forever to go. I don't think it's changed now. I don't know, but we waited like an hour in a queue to try and get
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
all changed now, I think.
They only let like a few people in at a time when I first tried to get. I was like, oh man, I'm going home. I can't be asked sitting here.
I mean, that was a brilliant event. Obviously, Daz Hornies Deloro organised it, but it'd be really good if you know, a second one comes along. I mean, that's definitely somewhere
Yeah,
which is somewhere to check out. It's a fantastic place.
yeah, it's not far from Manchester.
No, it's not
is it?
far.
It's,
But I mean, there must have been about 40 tubers, I think. There was.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a good
everyone I can imagine was there.
awesome.
You know, Gashead, Retro Dave, Stu, Retro Chef, on a retro tip. I went up with Dal, Retro Godfather.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
it was just,
pretty
you
good.
know, Monkey Spaz, Mark Orsborough. You know, there was so many people. Holly Holster,
Gashead
she was
Steve?
there. Yeah, Gashead
Yeah.
Steve went up. Yeah.
Was it Sneaker Freak? Was he there as well? Probably.
Yeah, Eddie Sneaker
I
Freak, he
think
was there.
pretty much everyone was.
Yeah, there was so many
Beckham says
people.
12th of August, so it's not far. I didn't know it was so soon. Is that right? That's
Oh,
pretty
probably.
quick.
That's pretty quick. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be there, maybe, because I'm not sure.
I'm going with the Gebs 24, my own personal Lara Croft tracksuit guy.
Oh my God. Do it.
I think he's taking the piss there a little bit.
Oh dear.
No.
She's a career tuber.
Oh yeah, she's hardcore.
She just wants to do it as a job. You know, she's not really bothered about the community.
As much as she's watching now, she's like, "What are you saying that for?"
She doesn't. She doesn't like me anyway, I think.
Does she?
Yeah.
I've seen
She
her a few
doesn't-
times at some of the events. So that, she's
She doesn't take criticism, or she doesn't take not even criticism, but if you disagree with one of her videos, she tends to leave a really immature, sarky comment, and it's just a bit immature, really. But she's female, and
Right. Oh yeah.
I didn't speak to her. Like the only time I commented on one video is when she got the multi-mega, and I said I recommend getting it recapped because the Sega capacitors on the old Mega CD and all that are crap, and the battery especially. And I said it needs recapping, and you need to do that because you just spent like all this money on it. She was like, "Oh, it's been recapped." So I found the auction where she bought it, and the guy put recapped where necessary. Now that can mean you look at it and it still holds battery charge. I mean, still has like the right, what's the word, impedance or whatever. You'd say it's okay, but then that doesn't mean in 2 weeks' time it's not leaking.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have it redone now, especially if you're spending. I think she spent like 450 quid on it. You know, if you're doing that, you might as well get it done back to new.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
yeah,
house tour. I don't have much of a house really. It's like my gaming stuff here, and then all of that is Harry Potter over there. I don't think I'll bring the camera. Yeah, Mrs. loves Harry Potter, doesn't you? Say yes. Cheer. Go on, yes. She just give me a day. Look, she's in the mood. Not in the mood.
Right. So we can wrap it up soon. It's getting late now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm roasting as well.
So yeah, we've got a lot of people coming in. 63 people still tuned in, which is awesome. So yeah, thanks to everyone coming in today. It's been great. Yeah,
it's been busy.
Lots of
thanks for having me.
Fantastic comments. Yeah, definitely, man. It's been always great getting people in.
Yeah,
nice
definitely.
having a good chat going on the go and all about gaming and charity shops, all sorts of stuff. So,
yeah, definitely.
So yeah. So anyone else saying anything? No.
I watched the Gebs.
Thank you.
Is it not the way I say no worries? No worries. I watch her, but she's a little too sassy and gets irritating. Sassy. I've never even said that in my life. I've never said that word.
Sassy.
Sassy. Sassy.
I think it means I think it means just I won't say.
Yeah.
Cheers, Tracksuit Guy. Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow. James Bond.
Yeah, we're going to end it here. Thanks very much for coming in. Hope you all have a awesome car boot hunting tomorrow. Bring in all the bargains.
Donation at the end.
You are a beast, mate. Thank you very much. If you're going car boot as well, Ryan, hope you get some fantastic stuff. And thanks for watching. We'll try and do another one. I don't know. When do you want to do another one? Maybe sometime of the time. I don't know when we do one, but
I don't know. I think I'm at that point now where I can't play games because when you play games, there's too many comments, so I can't do it. So I don't mind doing these live chats. So because I can't read and play the game, I'm like, dead. Oh, I can't do it.
I kept looking at comments.
It's too hard, isn't it?
Falling off a skateboard and all the time, like because I'm not even looking at the game, reading the comments. But it's hard to do it. Actually, it's
maybe another one next Friday or something.
Yeah, let us guys know if anyone wants to do another one. We'll definitely do another one. You know, maybe probably take it in turns, do another one on Kev's channel.
I did say before, but me and Pete on a retro tip, we have got our own streaming channel, Sega Sessions. We haven't done anything for months, and Jay Cybersnake was the last guest. So we've always got guests on, but Pete's moving at the moment. So I think as soon as he's got all that sorted, we're trying to kick off with that again. So it'd be good to
have on a dedicated channel.
Yeah, it's just called Sega Sessions.
I didn't even know.
We've had Woodland 37, we've had Jay, Tootie, who else? Retro Chef maybe. We've had a few tubers on, but there's always people. Oh, we've had Metropolis. So there's we've had. Go have a look at the videos. They go on for a couple of years. Last couple of years, I think.
I didn't even know. I never even. It's the first time
we don't do it very often.
Well, it's been good anyway.
Gaming stream when Kieran comes to yours. Some reads.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's because that's what the game chasers do now. They like one of them plays a game while the other one just reads the chat because it's impossible to do both. I know Gruss, when he did his streams, he would have like a robot voice reading it out.
Yeah.
That kind of work, but it'd be hard for me to. Yeah, I still can't focus on it. I'm a bloke. I'm like one track. Anyway, thanks very much.
Thanks very much, guys. That's just fantastic. Thanks for coming in, Scott. I hope we can maybe do another one time again.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. And thanks, guys. See you later, everyone. Bye. Enjoy your copy. And bye.